in the comic, for sure.
Yeah.
And
This is what
he
happens when
used the
everyone
arm
doesn't notice I'm
more,
already
whereas in
recording.
this,
I had my
number
Black
two, he
Panther
used
shirt
his head
too.
more, which for the movie made it
I had
more
mine
formidable.
yesterday.
Yeah, it's great.
But
By the way,
Yeah, I
guys,
have
you.
guys, it's been recording. This entire time.
Tits.
Hey everyone, Karen here, and I am here with my friends for the review of Infinity War.
That's my review. All right, about.
Just let
Already?
So pretty much, I'm going to be asking several questions. I'm going to have them introduce each other. So first off, you introduce yourself into the camera.
Alright, I'm Ian.
Fabian,
Joel.
Bitch.
You already know me, Karen,
Kirk.
Leanne, and we're all pretty much just going to talk about Infinity War. I have questions for you guys. I know it's going to be, we might cry.
We did in the movie.
I know us three fangirls here.
Yeah.
We cried. So I cried from like.
All right.
Twice for me.
First
Yeah,
question. Like, just honest truth. What did you guys think of the whole movie?
Big.
Who would start?
was-
Ian?
Anyone?
It was just huge.
It was-
Especially the
It
utilization.
was
that-
really great. It was really great.
Especially the utilization of those IMAX cameras. It was like,
Him and the cameras.
I think it's some of the best use of CGI in film, just
Oh,
not
that-
just in Marvel,
That's
but
a definite
in
yes.
general.
yeah.
They acted really well.
Yeah,
I
everybody
like
was
the
on their
acting.
A game,
Especially
for sure.
Fuck.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Brolin as Thanos.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was really good.
He was phenomenal.
Team Iron Man all the way though.
Yeah.
It was
All right.
like,
Get lost, Squidward.
that was the best one.
Kevin Ma, absolutely.
There's a lot
looked
going
like
on
Squidward.
there.
Next question. This is for everyone. Were Hawkeye and Ant-Man? I
Okay.
was gonna say
Oh.
Ant-Man.
I'm gonna go
Hawkman.
last on this because
'Cause I knew
mine
what-
has like a tie-in to the trailer that dropped.
Go, Leanne.
Right.
Okay, at the end of Civil War, they had the comic that came out, and it said that he was retiring for good.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, it said that him and Ant-Man were going to, well, Ant-Man
Because of
was
their
gonna go back
families.
for his family, and then he had to go and retire. He
So
was
where do you guys think they are?
Can I go next?
Yeah.
They actually said it in the movie. It said they're in witness protection because their families got taken by the police too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
were
right now they're in
hostages.
hiding with their families.
Yeah.
Hawks in the air
Yeah.
and then Ant-Man's in his apple.
Okay, Kirk, do you guys have any other answers?
They possibly could have gotten erased. We don't know that yet, but
Well, yeah, true.
It's a
We
possibility.
didn't see the
No,
snap.
but we don't know, like, what is the timeline between Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to come out.
Has
It's
it not been
probably
recorded
the events
in
are
your camera?
probably going to be.
It's been weird, huh?
3 months.
Yes. Check
3-ish
mine right
months
now?
before Infinity
Yours
War.
is
So
recording.
it's gonna happen before Infinity
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would think
because
so.
Well, and it'll probably explain why Hawkeye, why the Wasp, and
It's okay.
Ant-Man weren't in it.
War. Yeah.
I'm not really gonna like.
yeah, because then when they went
Not
to see
really
War
good.
Machine, they said it's been a few
edit
years.
So much.
Yeah.
All the raw.
So there's a huge time gap between Thor and Ultron and Infinity War.
And my thing, and it's why I didn't tell you guys, because I wanted you to be surprised. At the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer, we saw Bill Foster, who develops the Goliath program. Clint Barton, who's Hawkeye, is the second person to take on the Goliath powers. The first one being Henry Pym, Hank Pym's son, but we don't have him yet. We have Bill Foster at the end. So my guess is Scott Lang and Clint Barton try to help Bill Foster perfect the Goliath program and try to make it better. Something goes wrong, probably screwing with the quantum realm, and then that's why they're on house arrest. That's my best guess.
All right.
If they take it that route. They might not, because Bill Foster's a better Goliath. Way better Goliath.
Can I just say one thing? I love their shirts. They're really cool. Look at their shirts.
Nah.
Well, in technicality, we said that we should all be wearing Marvel.
Look at your
Not,
shirt
you
too,
got lucky
dude.
with yours. Not all of us are
Yeah,
wearing
you
it.
got lucky.
Yeah, I forgot my Black Panther
If I
shirt,
knew
so
we
I'm
were
like,
doing
fuck.
it, I would have worn my Guardians
Yeah,
shirt.
you're fine. You're still black now.
Oh
Okay, next question.
That's one.
Okay, next question. This is for everyone as well. Do you believe the ones that disappeared will come back?
I think at least 3 are
Yeah.
probably for sure. Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Spider-Man are almost definitely coming
I
back.
don't know if
They have
Jax is
movies on the
gonna come
timetable.
Right.
You never know on those.
I think Dave Bautista is too funny as Drax to
Yeah.
not come back.
Yeah.
I don't think Gamora's coming back.
Yeah.
No, she did
Gamora?
disappear.
Gamora and Vision. They're
They-
definitely not coming
No,
back.
and Loki.
Well,
And Loki.
yeah.
Loki,
well,
yeah.
Well, Loki's
For
dead.
sure.
Yeah.
Loki's
So
actually-
is
Loki
So is
is
Gamora.
gone.
and
so is
Vision.
Gamora.
Why'd they take Groot?
They did
Huh?
say the people
Why'd you
who
take Groot?
died in this movie weren't coming back. They didn't say the people who disappeared, but they did say
Right.
who died.
So the people
in
who
this movie
died,
aren't
like, not the ones who
coming back.
vanished, the ones who
Right.
died.
Another thing, you guys, just to let you know, if you guys see me going back and forth, it's just to check the camera, because apparently my camera is suckish. It only wants to record 10 minutes every time. So I'm gonna go check on that right now. But here's the next question for you guys to answer. What feeling did you get when you saw Captain Marvel's logo show up on the pager? What did you guys get when you saw Captain Marvel's logo?
It was like,
I was
my
excited.
God. It was like,
I
oh
was
my
excited.
God.
I was
because
excited.
I always thought it was cool. I mean, I don't know too much about him.
Yeah.
Her.
Like,
Sorry,
Her. I was about to
Captain
say, no,
Captain
you know how many
Marvel.
people are gonna come and be like, him? They're gonna get on you for
Okay, here,
that.
I'll give you. Captain Marvel has gone by a few names. At first, it was a man, so you are technically right. But this version is Carol Danvers, who takes it over from Captain Marvel. Who
She's
ends
hot
up
looking.
turning yes, Brie Larson.
Yes.
Ends
Who's
up
hot?
turning evil. They fight the Kree army against the Skrulls. It's crap.
Okay.
But Carol Danvers takes it over after Captain Marvel goes to save her from an energy blast, and she ends up absorbing most of his powers, which is like super strength, super speed, flying, energy manipulation, those kinds of things.
Okay.
So I kind of knew of her, but I think introducing another female character into the MCU, it can never be a bad thing.
Oh, no.
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
So I mean,
I didn't
she
know
got
that-
that end credit scene got some of the loudest cheers of like everything.
Yeah.
The women
I like-
in general got pretty
How-
loud cheers.
How about Samuel's last comment before he
Mother-
disappeared?
Oh, they almost let him curse.
Hey, I said it in the theater too. I was like, motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure, like in the script, it didn't even say Nick Fury. It said Samuel L. Jackson says.
Well, because he is Nick Fury. Tell me who would have been a better Nick Fury when he came in at the end
Yeah.
of Iron Man 1 and
Yeah.
said, "I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative." Who would have been a better pick for an actor
True.
for Nick Fury? He looks like he came straight from the comic book page.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw him holding that thing, I was like, oh, I wonder who's he messaging? Who's he calling?
Sending.
Yeah, and sending.
Captain
Bam!
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
You know what? Okay, I know you guys can't. I know you guys
Why
can't see
didn't
my
he do that?
expression.
But people were like, why didn't he do that in Avengers 1 or Avengers 2?
No,
And then-
They'll
no.
explain.
I know
What
you
was
guys
that?
can't. You guys can't see my expression, but they're gonna see my expression when my dad saw the Captain Marvels. He fucking fangirled for a 51-year-old.
Nice. That's good.
That's good.
Like that's what these movies do so well. Is like they seed the characters for future to get people excited about it, and then once they drop, like everything goes nuts. People cheer. The movies have done really well with making every character
All right.
feel somewhat important.
So the next question is gonna start going into character delivery. But before I go, what was your answer, Liam?
I wasn't having an answer. It was a comment off of what he said.
What was it?
And the inclusion is, I actually never read any of the comics, but this movie series is like my life when it comes out. When these movies come out, like I cannot think of anything else for like a week.
Will you start reading the comics?
If I could and if I had the money, yeah, I'd read all of them.
I need to take you to
I will
Comic
show you
Comic
some
Quest. Then I'm gonna take you to Comic Quest.
Please.
All
I
right.
wanted to see this movie like so bad, but
Yeah.
when I was gonna wait, but then the one thing that gets on my nerves is spoilers.
Yeah.
Nobody-
How many of you
Mind you
know
guys,
spoilers?
mind you guys, I know that there. In the beginning of the video, there was a spoiler alert before you guys even continue the video. So if you guys are still watching and you're like, "Oh no, they spoiled
Don't
it,"
complain about it.
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been like a week already.
Yeah,
Like,
so
no.
Yeah, no,
if you
it-
guys
no,
haven't
close to
watched,
a week.
yeah, if you
Nobody
guys haven't
listens
watched
to
it
the
yet,
Thanos
get your
Thanos
ass up and
Nobody
go watch it.
listens to that.
You won't be disappointed.
Take your ass to the theater.
Spoilers. I accidentally spoiled something for my best friend's dad because we were talking about the movie and about how it ends.
Yeah.
And their door to their house was open when we got out of the car, and we were talking about it. You know how when you get loud about the stuff?
Yes.
We were loud, and the door was open. And their dad went, "What are you doing?"
Oh no.
Talking?
Alright.
Character delivery.
You didn't do it
Next
on purpose.
question. How did you guys feel about Thanos?
Wow.
First 5 minutes of the movie, and then he was like
Kills
beating
off
the
two
Hulk,
fan favorites.
Yes.
5 minutes.
and then he beats up the Hulk.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat him up so bad that he's scared. He
Okay,
never
so-
came out.
Never came back
Hulk
out.
Yeah.
did not come out.
He was holding
Yeah.
back. Hulk was whooping his ass, and then he was like, "Nah, nah." let him have his fun, and then he comes back. He comes
Yeah,
back.
Ebony
Came
Maw.
back on his ass
Let
real
him have his
quick.
fun.
That was
Good.
Okay.
Ebony Maw was good.
I think Josh Brolin did a really good job, not just in being intimidating,
Yeah.
because the mocap helped with that, because obviously Josh Brolin isn't 7 feet tall.
Right.
That was obviously mocap, CGI, like I said before.
Either way, they
But-
did perfectly on showing who Thanos and how he is.
Yeah,
in the
that's-
comic
that's-
books.
Well,
They
they
showed
changed
it in
it.
the movie.
Well, they changed some
yeah,
stuff,
but
yeah.
what I like is
well,
that
I
his-
liked it though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked
like
the
the way
reasoning.
he acts and everything reminded me of the comic book.
He's still the same person from
Yeah.
the comic book.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
yeah.
him.
a
He
lot
has
of
a
thinking
moment.
wise.
But
Like,
by the end of the
consciousness
movie-
wise.
Yeah, he's actually really smart.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
how emotional he was. Like it showed that he wasn't
Yeah.
just doing this because he thinks he's evil. He
It's
thinks he's
mercy.
doing what
Right?
he's.
Especially when
he
he
thought
was
it was
like.
They
mercy.
tried to do
Yeah.
the same thing with Killmonger. What they did with Killmonger.
Killmonger was
No,
amazing.
they did
though.
it
They
pretty well
tried.
with
They did it
Killmonger
pretty
too.
well.
Yeah.
Don't mess with his
Killmonger-
movie.
Yeah.
No, he agrees. Yeah.
No, we were
Both of
talking
our
about this at
favorites
the end
are-
of
Like
Black
his
Panther.
favorite villain is
Then
probably
the,
still
then
Killmonger.
the
Yeah.
memes behind all
Oh,
of
jeez.
Like Venom is.
Okay, there's a
up
meme
there.
I just saw. They put Killmonger's hair and everything on
Oh
Thanos.
yeah.
Yeah.
they put Thanos
I'm
and
so
Darkseid, joining forces, and then the whole DC and the whole Marvel were like, oh, we're screwed.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
right.
Yeah.
I
we're
actually
screwed.
posted a bunch of stuff that I found that I was gonna bring up.
Wait, they kind of have the same ambitions though.
In a way,
They're
yeah.
very
Isn't
similar.
Darkseid a
Because
little
Darkseid
stronger
wants
though?
the anti-equation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Darkseid
Which is
stronger
basically
though? A
that.
little stronger than him?
Darkseid's stronger than Thanos.
Darkseid
I
and
want to
King,
say
I think,
yes,
yeah.
but I feel like
He is
that's
a
way
god.
too close to call.
Okay.
Like,
Considering.
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
And different universes, different power. Well,
Yeah, okay.
I shouldn't say different powers. They're essentially the same
Oh wait.
character.
Except he has
I
laser
have one thing to say about
Yes,
Thanos.
Darkseid has
Oh,
lasers.
At the
Darkseid
end-
has Omega Beam.
No matter how good of a villain Thanos was, at the end, everybody was just like, "Fuck you, Thanos."
Yeah.
I said it
Yeah.
out loud to both of these
You did.
people.
I like
was
his
"Fuck
acting.
you."
This is how we
Not
were
happy.
in the movies. I was technically sitting on the other side, but her and I were holding hands, and his hand was like right in the middle. Like we're all just fucking freaking out.
And then
Panther
that-
died, my hands dropped.
He went
His
like
hand
dead
dropped.
weight.
We're
And
like,
then-
no.
Yeah.
We thought Kirk died.
I had to
basically
look over
did.
at him because he was
It's your
just-
childhood hero. Like,
Yeah.
like
All right. Next question. This is still with character delivery, so this is kind of an individual question in a way.
Okay.
So raise your hand for Thor fans. Thor. Okay. Pretty much, other than myself, as you can see with the shirt. The rest of you guys, how did you feel of how Thor performed?
Oh,
I was
he is
surprised.
like basically
But
a
even
force
even,
Thor now.
even
Yeah.
everyone
So
else that's not a
badass.
fan of him, like they're not like he's not like their superhero and stuff, but everyone just
Yeah.
Can I just say
He
the
was
way
really
he
good.
reacted to like losing everyone?
Damn.
Damn.
I couldn't help but like feel
because he could have easily lost
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah, he could have easily lost her too, and he's lost everyone else.
Yes.
And
He
it's
lost
just
his dad.
the way he
Wait,
reacted
Wait,
to
Jane
them.
Foster or Valkyrie?
Jane Foster.
Okay, well, isn't she gone? already?
Yeah, they broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's I know.
I guess that's another character.
In
we
the
don't
way
know
he opened up
she's
those what was
gone.
that thing called? The
Well, remember we didn't
for
think
the
Pepper.
axe?
We didn't
Oh,
think
the
Pepper.
star.
had-
Yes,
that
Right,
was
how the
so
star
cool.
opened.
He
That
took
was
Groot.
awesome.
Groot is worthy.
North
He
of
helped
the
him out.
Groot
He helped
was
him.
worthy.
He
Groot was
helped him.
amazing.
He was like,
He was such a dick
he
though.
just went. He just went.
Oh my gosh, I am Groot. Oh my
The
god.
way that
The way Groot was.
They taught. Oh yeah, sorry.
the way that Thor took all that energy from that star
That's
just to get that
yes.
fucking
You know that
just to
scene
get that-
reminded
that
scene
molten
reminded
metal?
that
That
scene
scene
reminded
reminded
me in the Revenge of the Sith where Zarsenius is getting that force lightning in his face and he's like, "Ugh."
Star Wars reference.
I like how they say they taught Groot language in Asgard.
Yeah, there was a
fucking-
Yeah,
Asgard.
he was an elective.
Oh my god,
I was
Captain
just like,
America.
wow.
So that means
I
there
am
was
Groot.
more Groots out
I am
there.
Steve
Right.
Rogers.
All right.
I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
I really thought he was
Ever.
gonna say, "I'm Captain."
Right.
Okay.
That would've been so
Speaking,
cool.
That'd be
speaking of Steve Rogers / Captain America, how did you guys think how did you guys feel when he first came out in his scene?
Oh, our theater clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We- we-
I
we-
did.
we all
Okay,
fucking
I went with
cheered.
I went with you
Badass.
guys. The whole theater clapped. When I went with them, they were just like awes and shit. They didn't even clap. So I like.
Like, oh, come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah,
Let's
like-
build
Well,
up.
was
okay,
surprised.
okay, well, you did also go Monday, and
Yeah.
the people
I was
there
like having a
might
big-
have
I was
seen
like,
it already.
Plus, it's a smaller theater. It was a
It
smaller
was in
theater.
Highland, that's why. It was
Yeah.
in Highland.
Not
When we went
expensive.
to the movie theater, didn't we
It was
like
different.
all
We went
go
on
and
opening
there's,
day,
like 20
so-
people in the movie theater?
Yeah.
And
It
most
wasn't-
of
it
those
wasn't even
people
a
were
packed
us.
Yeah, it wasn't even a packed house. But we
Yeah.
also did go like the first morning showing outside.
That was
of,
the first morning
Standard
showing?
D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be back. I'm gonna get
Okay,
water.
let's see.
I'll be
Pretty
back.
good.
All right,
Captain America.
he's
stuff?
gonna be right back.
I think
We do need
what-
restroom breaks.
Yeah, I think what the Captain America trilogy has done so well that I don't necessarily think Thor or Iron Man did well enough is with the very first movie, with the first Avenger, set that character so well that we totally understand everything he does in the MCU throughout. Like, at the very end of Infinity War, when he's the first one to go up against that, or the first one to like stay sharp because Thanos has just come. In the first Avenger, when that doctor, I can't remember his name, but he says, "Do you want to kill Nazis?" He says, "I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies, no matter where they're from." And he sees everybody around him being defeated by Thanos, and he shows up, and he still goes right up to Thanos because he doesn't like bullies, no matter where they're from. So, like, that's a huge character-defining moment, and I don't think people are talking about him enough.
Yeah.
Now we are.
Yeah.
And the way that he has
Joe
it-
Johnston directed the first one. The Russo brothers directed Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah.
We totally understood him in both, and I feel like the first Avenger set that up, and that's why I think it's the most underrated Marvel movie.
It is considered underrated for me.
definitely.
Like
Yeah.
I love that
I could
movie.
love
I
that.
really-
I loved
that
it. It
movie
was
was
great.
the first movie that I got into Marvel. Like I saw that movie before I saw Iron Man. Like,
Oh, Iron Man was the first
movie.
one for me.
Iron Man was the first
Into
one.
And in terms of characters, like,
I remember.
it's such a weird thing that a lot of people's favorite character in the MCU is Captain America.
I'm back.
Like,
It's
how
okay.
how incredible of a writer do you have to be to make people like this character called Captain America, who's
Yeah.
like the poster boy of do what's right, which can be kind of cheesy.
It
And
can be.
yet he
Yeah.
got some of the loudest cheers of like the last 4 years of the MCU whenever he came on screen.
Well,
See,
to
I
be
like that.
honest for that, his character has become this. It's not really like this poster boy anymore. It's about like him and his morals and like
Yeah.
him protecting the people that he cares about and the world at the same time. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
become more of who he is instead of like this poster boy that he was during Captain America.
Yeah, the first Avenger.
First one.
And then when Captain America tried to go heads up with Thanos,
That was
oh
a
my
when
god.
I mean, he got-
he tried to hold
he
his.
got
Yeah.
destroyed.
Hey, what I like is that
Like-
Thanos' face, you can tell he had an expression for a second of he didn't expect Captain to be able to hold his hand open.
Yeah.
Yeah, his face.
That's got to be
said it
one of the
all.
best scenes of the
All right,
movie.
we're gonna take a break, guys. So we'll be back.
You're in the sun.
All right, guys, we're back. Part 2.
Okay.
That sounds great.
Have you noticed? One
Don't
of us
say
changed their
anything.
shirts.
Yes.
You
Captain.
weren't supposed to say anything.
Look at
Ah, who cares?
I'm the Captain.
Yeah,
now.
whatever.
All right.
No.
Are we on character development still?
We're still in character development.
Okay.
So the next character we're gonna actually talk about. This is actually for Leanne. We're gonna talk about Gamora. So she gets to talk first. She gets to talk first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say the name, and just give us everything you're thinking of and how you feel. Gamora.
Gamora killed me because I have always Gamora is like that character that I just clicked with. We have way too much in common. I love that character, and the fact that even when she was still working for Thanos, she hid the stone and she burned the thing. Like
Yeah.
just having that one like I loved it, but that death scene.
It got everybody.
I could not even breathe during that death scene because I knew it was happening when they first said he had to sacrifice
Sacrifice
something.
somebody you
and
love.
she still took a minute to realize he loved her.
She laughed.
Because
She laughed at him because
She
he
laughed
didn't
at
think
him.
he
She
loved
thought he didn't
anything.
love
Love
anything.
anything.
And
She
like
said it.
that just I could not handle it. And then she tried to kill herself
Right.
to stop
Bubbles.
him from.
Reality stone.
No, he. No,
that
it-
did
The reality stone.
That's what.
Oh,
that's
my
what-
god! I'm sorry. Like I just.
Patrick.
And she told Star-Lord to kill her.
I think.
But
He was
they-
going to.
He was
so
about
many
to.
times. If it
going
wasn't
to.
for the reality stone,
forgot what
she
Thanos
would
said
have
when
died
he
before
was
he
about to
needed
do
her.
it.
Exactly.
I like him.
There we go.
Yeah.
In a second viewing, like I said, Tom Holland gave probably the best performance outside of Thanos. I changed my mind and I was like, Zoe Saldana killed this.
Yes.
Like, she didn't do a whole lot in terms of fighting, but in terms of giving the story like an emotional thing that it really, really needed for Thanos to be as good as he was.
She
She,
killed that.
yeah, when they're on the ship, and like, I think her best line, the way she delivered it, was everything I hate about myself, you taught me. That was.
That was.
That was.
Wow.
Oh my
Even
god.
though, even though
You
that,
could see it in her face
Yeah.
too.
Face, she was like, she really believed it. Like she thought every single thing that she hated about herself or that she even just disliked, she believed came from him.
Yeah.
And I mean, if
you
you're
realize,
if
remember, he took her away from her family, her mom, and everything. But
Oh.
That was fucked.
that
When
was
they killed half of her planet, and
That was a
they made,
brutal
he made
No.
her
He
away.
made her turn
But if you
around.
notice, like, even though that's not his actual daughter, he saw her as his own since
Yeah.
she was little.
He didn't give a shit about
She
Nebula.
when she
That was a sad
when,
shit.
when, when he
that was
first met
fucked
her,
up.
he even protected her. He's like, no, don't look.
Yeah.
Don't look.
Even though he knew she was gonna see that for the rest of her growing up and her life and everything,
Right.
he still protected her that first time. Like
Yeah.
that like, he's a villain, but I was like, ooh.
He called Nebula a waste of parts.
He's still
Yeah.
mad.
Oh.
You should have killed me. That would have been a waste of parts.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that was.
that-
He
Oh.
wouldn't have said that to Gamora.
No,
that was
no,
sad.
He wouldn't have said
no.
anything near that to Gamora.
But if you
'cause-
notice when actually there's one scene that got me, and I don't know how I was able to read her lips because they didn't even do the sound for her when she was screaming. When she was falling, she actually screamed out "Dad."
Fuck.
I didn't see
Oh,
that.
I didn't see
So when she was
that.
falling after he had thrown her, she was screaming out, and she just yelled "Dad." But you can read the lips of how she said it.
Oh,
Really? I didn't.
That she
Damn.
I caught it.
None of us
I didn't
noticed
see
that.
that.
Damn.
Wait, as she was falling when he threw it?
When she was falling
On
When the music
Vormir.
started
on
playing.
Vormir, yeah.
Yeah.
She was
That's
yelling
just
out
so
"Dad." I was just like,
that's-
You
no.
caught that on the first part? Like when you first saw it? You
Yeah, I
caught
caught it when we all went.
that? Damn.
Really?
Damn.
Wow. I didn't
Okay.
see that either.
I
I
was
just-
too emotional.
I think I was too
I think
emotional.
everyone was dying.
Yeah,
I was too
yeah.
emotional during that
These
part.
two, I started crying the minute I realized that
Her
she
hand was
dying.
tight on mine. It
We
was
were-
just like
I
It was
could
like
not
that.
even.
We were too focused. Oh my God, what did her lips say? What did her lips say?
I
Which
noticed
ones?
things, and I noticed it a bit more the second time I went.
That shit pissed me off when he threw over. I was like, oh.
I think that was
That
the first
ending.
moment
And then
where
when
people
Thor,
were like,
and then when
"Fuck
Thor
you."
found
He is a
out,
villain.
and then when Thor
Exactly.
found out that she knows him, well, your dad
Well,
killed
Thor didn't find
my
out.
brother.
It was the
Yeah.
camera showed her, so
Yeah.
that the audience knew.
And
But
Yeah.
I don't think
Drax
the
is the
other
one that
characters
Drax
necessarily caught.
Drax said it. He's like, "That's Thanos' daughter."
Exactly.
I
yeah.
didn't even know that at
Thor's
first.
reaction, like everybody
Yeah.
thought he
He
was gonna
did?
get mad,
Yeah.
but
Didn't-
he understood.
They mentioned it in both
Like,
Guardians.
Families can be tough.
Families can be tough.
But if you notice,
feel your
okay,
pain. Look
Yeah.
at Star-Lord.
Quill did not like that Thor had his hand
I
on
actually,
his
Yeah.
shoulder.
before it came
No, you
out,
will not.
like,
Cool, you're making your voice sound deeper.
no.
Are you mocking?
That's like the
Oh,
funniest
Mantis.
5 minutes of a
Mantis.
Marvel movie.
Ha! He did it again. Fuck! I sounded like her. What the
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Oh my god.
This
Okay.
is for Kirk,
Oh shit. Alright.
but this is also for Fabian.
Ah, fuck.
Well, who'll go in first though?
Is it-
Okay, I'm
is-
just gonna say the
It's
name.
gotta be Kirk.
Black Panther. Oh, their faces. I'm sorry, I had to.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
It's a review.
It was like
I-
unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
I
expect
did not
it.
expect it.
I did not expect. I thought the general was gonna disappear.
I do have like
Same.
positive things to say about
Okay.
it outside the death thing.
Okay.
Give this man a shield.
Okay.
Badass line.
Yes, please.
Give this man a shield.
I think they're they're not giving him the Captain America mantle, but I think they're giving him the role that Cap had in like keeping the team together. Because Cap held back. When they were in Wakanda, usually he's like front and center, he's leader, he's on comms.
Right.
But
Panther
Panther
was
was
in
the one
front,
calling the
yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
And I think Marvel's really putting everything they have behind Panther. And what makes me think that is they gave him and Cap very similar moments. When they run past the pack,
Yeah, you see.
and
Cap
they're
running,
super
catching
speed,
up.
and
Yeah.
Cap
You
catches
see
up
Cap
to them,
catching up
and
to
they
Panther.
go in battle together.
Yeah.
They're
That was
same
That was
pace.
great.
beautiful.
Damn.
No,
It really reminded me of
Panther was
Civil
more in
War.
front.
That was my favorite scene.
It reminded me of Civil War.
Yeah, this
when
movie
they were,
actually
when they were
get-
chasing each other.
It gave me a lot of Civil War vibes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Except for they
similar
were fighting
characters.
together
Yeah.
instead of against each other, which was really nice.
I love the payoff that Cap got against Ross when he was on hologram. He says, "We're gonna go fight, and if you stand in our way, we'll fight
But
you
you
too."
too.
He just had it with the government. He just
Do you
fucking
remember?
had
Do you remember
it.
the reaction of our theater? Everybody
Yes.
went, "Oh!"
Everybody was like,
Do you remember what War Machine did right after that?
Court martial.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Cap.
Yeah.
And that
I'll see you
ties
at the
them up
court
too.
That was.
That
All
ties
right.
them up too, which is
Yeah.
I know you guys got sad when he
Passed.
faded
This is
away.
this is
His
no
hands
place to die.
dropped. I was just like,
We were all
I was
holding
like
hands,
that the
and it
whole
was
His
time.
hands,
It
it
was
was
just-
like this, and all we feel is his hands. We're like, we looked at him. At first, we're like, did he die?
What happened just now?
My heart did.
Oh no!
That's true.
He literally died for 2 seconds. Meanwhile, I was like that the whole time.
I was just.
Yeah, he was.
I
This
didn't.
was
I
a-
didn't cry.
Okay,
I was in
whenever
shock.
I had to put my popcorn down. I was like,
Whenever I was holding hands with you guys, there was a like 90% chance I was holding his hand too.
Yeah.
So
So
like
here's
the
the thing,
entire
though.
time I was just like this.
But here's the thing, though. What I noticed with our group when we went, after your hands dropped and we all saw that, everyone, like other than Fabian just doing that, I think everyone looked at Kirk.
I did.
Well,
I think I
No,
saw it.
literally, when he disappeared,
I don't think anybody
everybody
expected it.
I screamed no.
But, okay, they
I
kind of
heard
told us
that,
it
I
was-
heard
they
that.
My
kinda
jaw
told
just
us it was
dropped.
gonna
I
happen
was
though
like-
because he said this is no place
place
to
to
die.
die.
We thought he was talking about.
We
the
thought he was
federal-
talking
he was talking
about
about Okoye.
her. So we
Yeah.
thought she
But-
was gonna fade away.
But he was meaning himself because he could feel it because of his healing and his. Speed
Well,
and
I don't
stuff.
know that he could feel. I think there were two characters that probably knew it was
Felt
coming.
it. Spider-Man.
Strange
Spider-Man.
and Spider-Man,
Yeah, because it was
The
Spider-Man.
Strange saw it.
Felt it.
And Spider-Man sensed it. Was the Spider sense?
which it had to be off the charts.
Yeah.
He
Alright.
had to have like that's why he didn't feel good.
Next
Yeah.
character. This for you. Iron Man.
Oh,
How did you think he
Oh.
developed compared to his past movies till now?
I think that when
Everybody-
Strange came in and said, "I'll give you the stone, you spare his life."
Thank God for your
He was
second
sh-
camera.
He was
Which
shocked.
I'm-
He shocked him. It shocked him. Like, why? Like,
Well,
why'd you do that?
He even said
okay,
it,
even
though.
said-
Because in the beginning of the movie, he said that if it comes between the stone, you and Spider-Man, I'm taking the fucking
Yeah.
stone.
I'm
Yeah.
taking
But
the stone,
but
yeah.
he also did say I saw 14,605
15.
future.
Maybe.
What did he say?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
Where we
We
lose.
lose.
One where we win. And I think the one
No, I
where
thought he said 0.
no,
When they
No,
lost.
he
he
said
said
there was
one.
how many
Tony
where we
asked
win.
him.
How many did he win?
And he
He
said
won.
one.
Oh, okay.
So I think him giving Thanos the stone.
Was that one path?
Also, I don't know if you guys picked up on it. I didn't until the second time. There was a little star in the background, and that was what the
When he
time
was
stone
taking out the time stone.
came
It was-
to
it was-
fruition. There was a little star in the background, and then it
Oh.
glowed green, and then he pulled it from the air.
Yeah, he had it hidden.
I don't
up
know if
there.
you noticed that.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
the,
notice
I
that?
did not notice that.
I didn't
know-
either. I
know
didn't
the
notice
second
it.
time. I need
Well,
to see this movie
We also,
again.
we also saw it in
Time
3D.
stone.
Oh, for
you
us,
guys
we
saw
saw
it?
it.
When
We
they
saw
were
it in
trying-
3D the first time, and you can't really get away
Okay.
with that kind of thing
Wait, who
in
pulled it
3D.
out here?
It's
Strange.
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 Oh,
When he
That
hid it because he wasn't wearing it during the fight and
Right.
he said, "I'll give you the stone," and
I'll
he
give
takes
you.
it out.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
a star in the
No,
No,
background.
Thanos even said no tricks.
Wow.
Oh,
There was there was a little star in the background, and in 3D you don't really.
Yeah.
I didn't
See
really
it?
catch it because
Okay.
you can't really get away with 3D because it has to pop.
They
Right.
did
But then
really
you can't
good.
really
They did good with it
get
'cause
away
that
with
shit
it.
Yo,
popped out
that
at me.
spaceship debris, that fucked
Oh
us
god,
up.
that
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 fucked me
did
up.
me.
It did.
I jumped.
But I was
Yeah.
like, Doctor Strange was like letting them lose the battle so they can win the war.
See,
Yeah.
that's where my theory comes
For
in.
once, for,
Because- okay, this
for
is
this,
kind of
Thanos
like-
wins.
a weird theory, but I kind
For
of feel
now.
like there's something that we don't know that Strange saw that happens after they've all died.
Oh, definitely.
There's got to
Yeah.
be something where they come back or something.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what he's saying. Like, this has to happen for us to win in a different section. Like,
I think
that's
that's
what I'm
safe to
thinking right
Because
now.
Thor, the Hulk, Captain America.
All the original
They're not
Marvel
gonna
were
just
still
let
around.
it go. They're
People
not
are
gonna.
I mean,
just
they
let it go.
Also, there's still Adam Warlock. He's a big part of the Infinity Gauntlet.
In the series, comic series, yes.
But we
I
don't know if they're gonna do it
don't
in the
know if
movie.
he's going to show up in the next
Is
one.
he
I think
alive?
they want to
I
give.
think-
I think
I
they
would
want to give
know.
the spotlight to Captain
Because
Marvel.
why,
I would
why,
think
More so
they
than
would.
Adam
why would they
Warlock.
name drop him in Guardians just to like
Yeah.
waste his fucking character?
Exactly.
I think he's going to show up in Guardians 3 because that's also on the timetable, which makes me think
Right.
most of the Guardians will come back. And I
Right.
think
They'll come back
they'll try
somehow.
to get Gamora out of the Soul World.
In the long
Right.
run,
That's where
Iron
I
Man,
think Adam Warlock
William
will come.
Crestman.
Ooh, there's gonna be a good.
Because Adam Warlock guards the Soul
I would
World.
watch
Oh,
that.
is he a
Yeah.
sorcerer?
Adam Warlock is more of like a
I was
cosmic
watching
being.
Blades,
He guards the Soul World,
And
and he
he's like-
actually Silver Surfer gets trapped in the Soul World when Thanos gets all the gems for the Gauntlet, and he and Adam Warlock escape the Soul World, and Adam Warlock leads a team.
That'd be
to go
funny if
face-
that's how they introduced Silver Surfer into the MCU.
And it's I
That'd
mean
be cool.
it's
That would be pretty good.
It's still
Silver Surfer's
Fox.
cool.
MCU.
it's still Fox, and they would have to do Fantastic Four first because I feel
Yeah.
like you have to give
Yeah.
Fantastic Four first.
You do.
And I think they want to set it up for Doom if they were going to,
Oh,
rather
yeah.
than Silver
Doom?
Surfer.
I heard about that. That guy from The Last Jedi.
Wait, this is not Star Wars though.
No, Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah, Doctor Doom. I'm like, oh, the guy that was
They had
silver
it in the
plate
first
face, green cape.
original
Oh, yeah, that-
Fantastic
And
Four.
Star Wars Rogue One, the Felicity Jones' dad, he's up for the role of Doctor Doom. The actor.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was about to say.
Yeah, he's up for the role of Doctor
Alright.
Doom.
Next character.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I know that got everyone right now, but I know I was gonna get him.
Sorry, Miles.
I know that got you. I know that got you, people.
By the way,
I know
that's
that
not
got
Miles
you.
Morales. That's our
Okay.
friend Miles.
It got everyone.
Like when it happened, I was like, oh, I wish I had my own like little web shooter thing, so I can be like, no, come back. And it was in 3D too. So
You're
I'm
not
like,
fucking allowed.
no.
Don't do this. That
You're
scene
not going anywhere, Spider.
killed
My
me,
Spidey sense was
and then it killed
tingling.
me even worse when it was found out from the Russo brothers that it was improvised, and
Yeah.
so was the
Yeah, I found
first.
out I
That
was
was
improvised.
Did they
So was
confirm
that
it?
first
That
hug.
scene was
I saw some
improvised.
things
No,
on.
they confirmed it.
They
I've seen
confirmed
some
it.
things on
Confirmed
Facebook
it.
saying
The
it
I
was
was
Russo
like,
brothers themselves
that's
confirmed
I was
it.
like, no, your Aunt May's gonna kill you.
That's enough.
Spider-Man
Aunt May doesn't know.
also improvised the
Tony's
first
gonna have to
original
tell
hug scene
her.
where Tony's like,
That's
no, this
even
is
if
a hug
he
and
made
nobody
it
can
too.
do
Oh, that's
you.
true.
He
We don't know.
improvised that too.
We don't know if she got.
Wait, guys,
So my
guys.
soul died. Oh, sorry.
No, keep going. I was
So
gonna
my soul died because this amazing actor loves to improvise.
Improvise.
He improvised both of those scenes to connect it.
Ian,
My life.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Oh.
I don't feel so good.
That just
with
made it so
Charlie.
much sadder. I was just
I don't
like,
wanna
oh
go.
man. Because
When
he
he,
knew
when,
he was.
when he was on the floor and he's like,
Well, he
sorry.
even said I'm sorry because he felt bad
That
for even
fucked
going.
me up when
Well,
he said that
and
shit.
Tony told him. He even said I should have stayed on the bus.
Yeah,
Like, he
right.
probably still would have gone,
Yeah.
but it was the fact that like Tony's trying to protect it. He's
he
still
just
a kid.
became an
I mean, he said
Avenger
in
too.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
He said in Homecoming from
Congratulations, you're an Avenger.
That was great.
He was like, oh my god, I'm gonna.
He's like doing a fucking little
Yeah, he knighted
ceremonial
him.
shit.
Right.
Congratulations, you're official.
Alright,
I used to always
Homecoming,
think
Tony
Spider-Man
did
He felt so
say.
proud. He felt so proud. Like, oh my god, I'm an Avenger now. Like,
Yeah, I used to think he
You
was.
could totally tell like
Spider-Man
he
wasn't
didn't want to
Avenger.
smile because he didn't want to seem like too kiddie in front of the
Yeah.
boss.
But he was like, oh my god, I did
Because
it.
he was like shuffling nervously. He went,
He's like, okay, I'm just.
fucking hysterical.
But Tony did tell him, like, if you die, that's on me.
He did.
In
Yeah.
Homecoming, he told him that.
Oh, I haven't seen Homecoming.
The way I see
This
it
one
is,
scene kills
if it wasn't
me.
on
You gotta see
screen,
it,
they're
yeah.
not dead. So Aunt May still be alive,
And then-
and
Yeah.
Tony has to tell her.
and then the
Yeah.
way,
That's
gonna
what I said.
suck.
and then the way he tried to dress up as Spider-Man, when they were in the bus, and he tells us,
This is it. I need a distraction.
he tells
I need a
him,
distraction.
and he tells him, hey, I need a distraction. Oh, okay.
Not
We're all
even
gonna die.
not 3 seconds later.
That was the best.
And he was,
He just
and that
puts
shows
over-
how smart he is too, because he saw the freaking shit thing. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh shit.
Fucking Stanley.
Yeah.
Well, you guys haven't seen
Never
the
seen the
spaceship.
spaceship.
Stanley,
No,
he's the best.
but that's
That was
the kind
best
of person
cameo.
you need on your team. Like,
Yes.
you don't even have to think about it. They're just like, I need a distraction. Oh, I can go. That's what I do this.
It's like,
Okay.
You guys mind
I need a
you,
distraction.
we would do this for each other. We'll do that distraction.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Next question. Actually, it's for I know we already said kind of our favorite ones. How did you guys think about Hulk or Bruce Banner?
I feel like,
Yeah.
okay, I feel like that he didn't
I
come
mean,
out
him fighting
as Hulk
Thanos in the
as
beginning was
much.
badass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seeing Hulk versus Thanos is cool.
That was
Yeah, that was cool.
Can I,
But
They-
then
I
the
don't
other
think
guy was
he's-
like, let him have his fun.
Ebony Maw. Yeah. I don't think he's powerful enough to have really done anything.
It caught
The,
him off
the
guard.
moment with
just-
the Hulkbuster
It
is
was
funny as
interesting.
shit.
It was
Hell
interesting
yeah.
to see him shooting down to Earth. That's what I
Yeah.
thought was cool.
Heimdall
the
summoned
way
Dark.
he
Okay.
did that.
I
That
don't
broke my
remember-
heart when he died.
how
I
many?
don't
Oh,
remember
Heimdall.
which Thor,
Oh,
but
he might not come back either because he got killed too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thanos killed
He
him.
got stabbed.
there was a throwaway line in I don't remember
He got
which
murdered.
Thor. I want to say number 2.
Dark World?
I think so.
Okay.
Where Loki says, "Daddy must have summoned dark magic to get you back here," and Heimdall used black magic to summon the Bifrost. So that line wasn't necessarily a throwaway. We know that that's a power that Heimdall had now because of
Stormbreaker can't summon the Bifrost.
yes,
Yes.
Stormbreaker can. Yes.
That's how he was able to go through.
Oh, with that hammer?
Yeah.
That big ass.
the axe.
Sorry,
The
axe.
axe.
I really thought that Hulk was gonna bust through that Iron
Wait,
Man,
wait.
that Iron Man suit. I really thought it was just gonna bust out.
I thought he
Because
was
He was
gonna.
too scared from
He was
Thanos.
too
In the
scared.
trailer, it shows him fighting with the Avengers on
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
has it on a poster monster. And
Yeah.
I was kind of like, huh?
I think they did that just to hype up the movie.
I know.
Because
I get it.
there are shots that have been in trailers before that
Yeah.
didn't end up in the
Yeah.
movie.
It happens.
It's happened in like the
Yes.
last 3 or 4, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where they had shots that were in the trailer. I don't
Okay.
remember which one, but there was one for
they
Black
might have
Panther
changed some
that I
things up
noticed.
before the final.
Oh, I don't
Can
know.
I
That's
just
true.
can I throw this out?
It
Like
happens.
when they
What
do
scene
movie
was it? We
posters,
talked
like,
about that.
do you guys like when they show their human face, or do you like when they're covered?
I like both.
Both.
I
Yeah,
think you
either
need
or.
a little of both.
Okay.
Like, I
It has
think
to-
the fight when Panther when
Yeah.
they're in Wakanda forever, and
Yeah.
then they go, you kind of need him to have his face covered because having your face open
Right.
doesn't make a whole lot of
Because
sense.
yeah.
With Cap, I get it because he was kind of outlaw after
Yeah,
Civil War,
exactly.
so he wasn't exactly feeling the best.
Yeah.
Plus, I think Chris Evans said, "Hell no, I've done enough of these movies. I'm gonna be as comfortable as fuck. I'm gonna have my beard. I'm not wearing that stupid fucking helmet, and I'm gonna run into battle as the goddamn way I want to."
And
What was the
honestly,
deal
you
with
can't
him
even
having
get
a
fired
new
for that
shield?
because I think everyone would just be
Uh,
like,
did
Because
you
his
see
old
Civil
shield.
War?
Did you
I
see
saw
Civil
Civil War. Wait,
He
they
gave
broke
it.
right?
No,
Oh.
he
No.
gave it
Iron
back
Man.
to Tony Stark. He
Iron
said,
Man. Because it-
Tony, he said, "That doesn't belong to you. My dad made that shield," and he dropped it.
Yeah.
And Tony
Tony.
Chris, you want to be a creep?
can be a creep.
You want to come?
We have another person with us.
Yeah.
He's not going to show his
Okay,
face.
wait, I'm gonna
You
go.
don't
have to.
You don't have to show your
No,
face.
we gotta check the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iron Man.
Oh.
Iron Man shirt. Cool.
Yeah, my stuff has
Speaking of iron.
I don't know.
This was with you.
See? Right on time.
Probably
Oh,
class,
you went to
right?
class. huh?
Does she have
Alright, so where we left off pretty much was.
Not Donald. Not Donald Duck.
Okay.
Howard the Duck.
Next character that we're gonna talk about
What? Oh God.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty
Oh,
The master
Yeah.
of
Guy.
Master of the
by
Strange.
the way, we all
Endings.
switched seats. If you notice, we all switched seats.
Yeah.
Really? Never noticed that.
The interesting people.
What
The
is
interesting
it?
people
I'll
went
take my
to the
shirt
front.
back.
Oh, I like that.
That was awesome.
Okay,
He
but
went like comic book
I
mode.
feel like Doctor Strange.
no, when he was meditating and looking at all the different possibilities of the outcome, his head just
Yo.
looked crazy.
Yo,
Yeah.
can we just note that Thanos broke the mirror dimension?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He did.
Yeah.
He broke the fucking mirror dimension.
What the fuck?
And
Oh,
as
I mean,
per
the
notice,
summoning of it.
Oh yeah.
okay, as per noticed by Kirk during the thing, they actually went off of what Doctor Strange does in the comic books.
Well, it's just a
In
cover.
a way, it's a
There's
cover.
it's a cover. I don't know which issue, but it sort of follows like the old Indian thing of like having multiple arms. That imagery.
That
They
was
have
cool.
that same thing. I think as a cover, or maybe as an art variant in one of the issues. But I've seen that before, and I thought that was a really nice homage to comic book roots, which they take from. They don't copy exactly. Otherwise, we'd have Mistress Death in this movie. But the fact that they homage to the comic books a lot is really nice, and that the multiple arms separating into 100 different Stranges, all casting the same spell.
I
to
freaking
subdue
love that.
them.
I freaking
That
love
was
that.
That
badass.
it's incredible
I feel
imagery
like
for
that's-
That's
sure.
when he was like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
he's like, oh, what did it cost?
I'll be having to
Like,
bleep it out.
Everything.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
That kind of
It's
explains
YouTube
like an
policy.
interesting concept.
Yeah.
Could death
I'm
be
sorry.
there?
Guys, we can curse as much as we want. It's just that I have to beep it out.
Yeah,
YouTube policy.
yeah.
Oh,
Wait, do you like it in something from the Infinity War as the beep?
Beeping, beeper.
Pretty much. Or it's gonna be a squeaky noise.
I think his.
Take that
I,
over
very
puppy noise.
irritating.
That'd be funny as fuck.
oh God.
I think
That goes
People would
That could
say.
work.
People would say that. Well, how come Doctor Strange didn't take the
I know.
stones to a
The
dimension?
mirror dimension.
Because
well,
you
he
guys
can
said
change
Thanos
reality
broke
to make
right?
it so that dimension
That's
it's
kinda like-
not a dimension anymore.
Like Tony
Okay.
Stark when he was saying, like, why can't we just throw it down the garbage disposal? Like, it's not
Yeah.
easy, bro.
Why don't we just take
That
that
was
thing
funny,
out and
that
throw
was
it down the
funny.
garbage disposal?
I
Because
thought that was an
protect the
awesome
time stone.
idea.
That was funny.
It's Stark for you. He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
wait,
thought
can I
it was
say
an
one
awesome
thing?
idea.
About
Go for it.
Doctor Strange.
If you
It
destroy
was,
it.
I think it would have been funny if he would have did the same thing he did in the movie, kept rewinding time back.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
I think that would have been
and
hilarious.
over.
We
should've.
That-
Well,
really
we
should've.
already
Just got
had
annoyed and
so
be like, you
much
know what?
destruction
Fine.
from Thanos.
Yeah.
It would have probably ruined the space-time continuum, which
Yeah.
happened in the Infinity Gauntlet story, and the fathers of the fathers of all realms ended up getting trapped in the Jotunheim, in Asgard. Sorry, like that actually happened, but thank God it didn't happen here. Well, it can't because Odin's dead.
All the
It would have just been a funny
Empire
concept if you would have kept
Thanks,
rewinding
Seth.
time. And
Thanks
then
for
it
that. I
would've been
forgot
like,
about that one.
Yeah,
you know what, I'm tired.
Odin's dead. Get over it. Get over his dead parents already.
Didn't you first die too?
Okay, Batman.
Like,
Don't do that.
Yeah,
This is a Marvel
Dude.
review.
like, did you guys think that Doctor Strange did the best he can to take down Thanos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's such a
Chryston? Okay, we
Demon.
have our friend Chryston who's wearing the Iron Man shirt, and he's just like shaking his head no for that. Why?
It's okay.
You can talk, but you don't have to show your face.
Well, as you can already see, Doctor Strange already tried to take him to the mirror dimension with that miracle attack, but Thanos just destroyed
it. Yeah.
destroyed it. So
Shattered.
practically,
had
he was
three
already
He knew.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Thanos was already stronger than everybody there, and the fact that they could even hold him off, and I think Strange did the best of all the like one-on-one confrontations.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm proud of a couple of them, but Strange definitely.
Strange took
like,
it for
he
sure.
took
Yeah, he
it for-
did. Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
no, Thor did.
Strange and Thor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thor.
Thor.
Oh,
sucked
it killed
it.
me. You should have gone for the head. I was like,
People have.
As soon as he snapped, I was like, oh, it's over.
I was like, oh no,
But
please,
still.
don't end us.
if Doctor Strange was able to see everything, why didn't he stop Star Lord? Like just
Well, that might have been
leave him out.
part of it. That
Remember,
might
he
have
only
been
saw
part of
one
it.
path that they would win.
So
Yeah.
anything
But there was
that
gonna
happens,
be losses no
he
matter what.
probably let it happen.
Because he
Because-
had to. He did
because
say there
remember,
was
if you
only
change
one way
one
for
thing, you
everybody
If
to
you change
win.
one thing,
Yeah,
it would
because-
change the
or
whole
even
plan.
Because Iron Man told him, "Why'd you do it?" Because I had no choice.
We're in the end game now.
Exactly.
It was the
Yes.
only way.
Yes.
That was true. Man.
Okay, I'm trying to think of another character. Okay, these characters. I don't know why I'm putting them together. They just fit perfectly together. Drax and Mantis.
Drax had.
Everything goes
It's
over
like
their
a pirate
heads.
had a baby with an angel.
How long have you been standing there? An hour.
Now we're.
An hour?
I've become
And
invincible.
when you try to do the slow motion
Hi,
part,
Drax.
Drax, damn it.
Who is Gamora?
My movements are so
Where is
slow.
Gamora?
I'll do you
Why
one
is
Guys, give me
better.
one better.
Oh,
Why is Gamora?
Deadpool.
His like awkward comedy, even like going back to the first Guardians movie, he's been hysterical.
Yeah.
Everything
watching
goes over my
those,
head. I have to
watching
fast
them
forward
meet,
to
I like
Everything's
fans so
literal
hard
to
of watching
him.
them meet all together.
Go ahead, do it, Quill. I can take it.
No, you can't.
No, he
No,
can't.
he
So
cannot.
hard
No,
when
he
they all
cannot.
met, I was like, wow, this is so cool.
My favorite, we just talked about this earlier, but my favorite line from him will always be, nothing goes over my head. I have too fast reflexes. I would catch it.
Oh, no, no, no,
Blanket
no.
of death.
My favorites.
The cave.
My favorite scene will be in Guardians Volume 2, where he's like, no, Gamora's like, why aren't you wearing your vest or like the suit
I
thing?
have sensitive nipples.
And freaking Rocket is just cracking up.
Oh, my nipples! Also, Rocket is the last Guardian.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, that's
stop
the next.
killing me.
That's the next character. Rocket.
Poor fucking Rocket. He's lost Groot.
I'm gonna
Thor.
say it again, even though I've told
Right.
you guys, but I didn't say it
Both
with the
Thor and
camera.
Rocket lost everyone.
That post about Rocket saying he's having to tell people he failed twice.
Hey, at least Rocky can say he's the
so
captain
There's
now.
no one to tell.
That's me.
Like,
Anyone else with
I
that?
feel.
No.
The captain
Distracted.
goes down with the
Everybody
ship.
major that I could think of.
Wait, you guys.
Why?
Okay, so.
Whether they were in the movie or not.
Wait,
There's some
you
that
guys-
weren't
you guys
in the
missed
movie
what I said.
that we didn't know.
Okay, what'd you say?
I said, hey, at least Rocky can say he's the captain now.
Oh, that's hard.
Remember, he had to say
Fucking hate
goodbye to
you,
Groot
alright?
Wait,
twice.
what did he say, Carson?
He had to say goodbye to Groot twice.
That's
Twice.
sad.
Twice.
Now
Heartbroken
that got
twice.
Groot, not you too.
Okay, next character. Loki.
Yeah, him
Oh,
and Heimdall.
fuck.
First 5 minutes.
At least, okay, at least
Why?
he
I was
showed that
crying in the first 5 minutes.
at least he showed that he actually cared about his brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like Odin, the son of Odin.
Yeah.
He said Odin's son.
Odin's
Uh,
son.
yeah,
Oh my God, he finally
I
accepted
am
it.
Loki, Odin's son, Prince of Asgard, god of mischief. I pledge myself to you.
Undyingly.
and even
My
Thor,
undying gratitude.
Thor
my
saw his
undying
hand. He's like, no,
whatever.
don't do it.
And he got caught by the.
You should really
Space
word.
Stone.
You should
And
really
he
think
tells
about your
him-
words.
And then
Yeah.
he tells him, "You'll never be."
You'll
No,
never
he-
be a god.
Yeah.
And then
He wasn't
fucking-
lying.
and then at the end, when Thanos is like, "No more resurrections this time."
Yeah.
I was like,
Like,
shit.
damn. I think this is.
I really don't think he's coming back.
No.
I did see something.
I think Tom
Heimdall
Hiddleston's
isn't
kind of
coming
done
back
with
either.
playing it. Because I feel like there's only so much Loki could have done. I feel like he went out where he needed to.
All right.
Big bad of Avengers.
Oh, we still have time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
he kind of went out where he needed to. I don't think there's much more Loki could have done. Maybe
I mean-
in the comic books, he ended up, I think, being reincarnated as Kid Loki, who leads the new Avengers.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen, but I highly doubt
It's
it.
not.
I highly doubt it.
Next character, Scarlet Witch.
I like
She was badass in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Why was she up there the entire time?
Vision was fucking useless.
I know,
No
Vision-
The
offense.
scene, okay, the scene when
I
she
mean,
was with
kind
Black Widow and Okoye.
Okoye.
Yeah, I just made a reference.
That
That
was
was
awesome.
Fighting,
That was
fighting
awesome.
Proxima
I feel
Midnight.
like Vision
I
could've
love that
done
all
more.
three girls like they appreciated each other.
She's not alone.
Yeah.
And then it circled to Widow, and then
Yeah,
Okoye right
Okoye.
after.
I
And
feel like
when
That was
Okoye
badass.
showed up, our theater got everybody applauded,
Yeah.
which was really cool to
Fucking
hear.
love
I feel like Vision could have done more.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
he-
should've
Vision
done more.
absolutely
He should have
could
done more.
He could have.
I loved.
but imagine,
I loved
but remember,
the
he wasn't
relation-
healing.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
Okay.
loved the relationship that they had in this
Yeah.
movie. It was
Oh,
really
yes.
pure. It was really nice.
It tells
I said to go. I'm not going anywhere.
Damn.
Like that, they had a really good thing
you asked
here.
me to stay, so
Ah.
I'm
All right,
staying.
quiet. Stop it.
I really enjoy how she like. I don't think I could be strong enough to do that, even if it was like the world killing the person you love.
destroying. I mean, it
And
was
then she
destroying
had
the
to watch
stone,
him die
but-
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
that
She had to
that
kill
was
him
she
once,
had
and
to
then she had to
destroy the
watch him
stone.
die. Yeah.
Time reversed it back, and then he ripped it out of Vision's
I
throat.
knew he was gonna do that. I knew Thanos
Well,
was gonna
we
do
knew
that.
Vision had to die because the stone had to be taken out. But I
Yes.
like that they gave us hope in that
With
like, maybe
Shuri.
Vision will survive, and they gave something for
Shuri.
Shuri to do
Why?
to take the stone out. What? Why?
No.
Just
thing. Oh,
too far away.
yeah.
And it sucks that they couldn't take the stone out and not
Yeah.
have him die.
In time.
I'll leave it so that it doesn't turn off.
All right. Let me see another character. Like since we're talking about Shuri, let's talk about Shuri.
She.
She was cool.
He
I liked
has,
her.
he has an infinity.
I'm sure you
wallpaper.
tried.
He has
Yeah,
an infinity wallpaper on his
Fucking
phone.
love
Yeah,
her
I do.
savageness.
Shuri was just so freaking smart in how she got Bruce Banner on that spot.
That was
Yeah.
funny. We didn't think about it. Well, I'm sure you tried your best.
Yeah.
You know what I call them? Sneak us.
Sneak eyes.
She's great.
I love her in
Oh
the
my
Black
god!
Panther movie.
From the
What
Black
are
Panther.
those?
No, from the Black Panther. What are those? What
What
was
are
the
those?
colonial? When the agent woke up and he snuck up
Colonizer.
on her. Colonizer.
Don't scare
There it
me,
was. That was my favorite.
Don't scare me like that, colonizer.
There it was. I was like,
Future.
what is it?
To my children.
Sorry, I'm
Just
really
kidding.
loud about
We're
this.
vegetarian.
That's okay. No, there's another scene I liked her, but not in Infinity War, but in Black Panther. At the end, she's like, "When you say we're coming to California, I thought you were taking me to Coachella."
Or Disneyland, or maybe Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then since we're back into like the Wakanda and everything, how did I just
The
like
general?
the general? Yes.
Okoye.
Okoye.
The
Like,
general of the Dora Milaje.
okay.
I think if
She's
you know
like,
the
you
accent.
know when you said
Badass
we're gonna
favorite
open
women.
our world, like we're gonna open up to the world. I thought you were gonna be
What-
like in the Olympics or at least
Or
a
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
I was like, we're gonna open it to the
What kind
Olympics
of
or
Starbucks?
maybe a Starbucks.
What kind of Starbucks is this?
The puns are so wide for this.
All right.
Oh,
Next
God.
character. We know him as they call him the Wolf or the White.
The,
White
in this,
Wolf.
they called him White Wolf.
White
But
Wolf.
But let's talk
Winter
about
Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
He dies.
No,
No, don't.
Such a
Wait.
dick.
This is
Oh,
a
that's right. He
review.
did
Okay, okay. I
You
like when
forgot he vanished?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when he picked up Rocket.
There was
and
so
they were
many people-
shooting.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Awesome.
How much for the arm? Oh, I'm gonna get that arm.
Okay, seriously though, like when
Now he can.
when he said
No, he
Steve,
disappeared with him.
before
Yeah,
he
the
disappeared,
Damn.
before he disappeared when he said Steve and he just fell to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because I mean, they've
My
been friends
heart.
since 30 something,
Damn.
probably.
They were in the First
they had
World
to be
War,
friends
weren't
before
they?
World War
World War
II.
II.
Oh yeah,
World
so
War
it had
II.
to be like
Nine- 90
because he said
like
he'd known
30
him since like elementary school,
33.
so it'd be like 30s or maybe
Or
their
late
late
20s.
20s.
About War Machine?
No.
Okay,
No,
we're
we're talking about.
Winter Soldier.
Bucky,
Oh,
did you
oh.
space out for that long?
Oh, sorry. No.
No, I'm
Maybe.
not saying that like a bad thing. Like I do it too.
Okay, now that we're talking about actually another character,
And it's funny 'cause
War
he lost
Machine.
War Machine.
it. War Machine was
He was badass.
War Machine
He
was
did
great.
some cool stuff.
Yeah.
He went like World War II mode with the dropping of the bombs on
Yes,
the
he did. Yes,
on the
he did.
line.
He was
Don't
fucking
singe
them
your wings.
up with those bombs.
That was awesome. Him and Falcon actually did some really cool stuff. He had more Red Wings. I know we're not on Falcon
Yeah, it
yet,
was
but
true.
they're kind of in the same ballpark in that they're Tony's
Him
friends
and
of the
Falcon
main
both
characters.
disappeared.
We'll call
Especially
them.
the main
Falcon
two
did
about
disappear.
Yeah,
Falcon
It was
disappeared.
like
She
the
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, War Machine did it.
My
Yeah.
War Machine survived. Falcon also passed. So we don't have another Cap, which means
Well, I think that's why Captain.
I'll discuss that in
That's
series.
why
I was gonna go
he
say
stayed.
something, but when we do theories later.
If Cap would have disappeared, I think White Wolf, he would have been the next Captain.
Yeah,
America.
Bucky.
Well, all three would have disappeared,
Who
and then we
Because
wouldn't have
Bucky-
Captain America.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
even have a Captain America.
So Captain America either had to stay or one of the other two had to have stayed because
Yeah.
It
otherwise
was
there would be no
either
Captain
it was
America.
either Falcon
they
or Bucky.
become Captain
Seriously
America.
though,
That's
it
crazy,
really
yeah.
caught me off guard that the two people that everybody was like are gonna die in this movie, Iron
Didn't.
Man and Captain
Was
America,
Cap
were the two
and
that
Iron
didn't.
Man.
Like,
Yeah, I thought Captain and
I know-
Captain and Iron Man was for sure going to be gone.
I
know-
figured Iron Man, and I figured the next one would die in the next
I
one.
really thought it was gonna be. I know it was Vision and then Captain America. I really thought Captain America was gonna
I
leave.
figured
You
Vision
thought Cap was
going
gonna go
to
in
die.
this
because-
movie?
Yeah,
there was
Vision
so much
taking-
rumors about
Yeah.
Chris Evans not wanting to play the character
Everybody
anymore.
thought Captain America was gonna leave.
I like the end when
I thought he was going to die. They kept saying he
Thanos
was going to die.
changed
But wait for
time,
him.
and he's like, good job, you destroyed this stone, but time's
Not anymore.
irrelevant here.
He just turned that motherfucker back.
Turn him back, and then
But
he was
did you
like,
notice
"Yeah,
how
give me that stone."
he didn't
motherfucker."
like hurt her or anything? 'Cause he knew that she was kind of like broken. from
I understand
doing
what
that.
I understand, my child.
And
He
then
just
he
smacked
didn't
her. Did he
have-
smack her to the side or
No.
Yeah, he did. No, he
Only
did.
when she
No,
tried
he
to fight
didn't.
him again.
She
Oh.
screamed no.
She-
He hit her, and then he ripped it out of
But
her.
when,
Ripped it out of his
when
fucking-
before he
Damn, he
brought
ripped it
Vision
out like
back,
a
he
freaking
like
cracked
he was
egg.
very
He
like
cracked his shit open and just
connected to her
That's
in a way of
mine.
how they were
Yeah.
feeling.
Alright.
put
So
that
that one
motherfucker
really
in
got
there.
me.
Because he was mourning.
That was
Like he
that
was
was
with
nasty.
Gamora.
Like
He knew what
like,
it was like to
this-
lose him.
like there was
Is
no
that-
blood, but you can tell that was a
That-
gruesome ass scene.
It was
like,
2
yeah.
seconds.
If
No,
it would have had
no,
some,
no,
if
he
it would
said
have some
4
blood, it
minutes
would have been a
and
lot more
30
gruesome.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
of course.
All right.
Uh,
Dude, are you in the shot or something? I don't know what's going on.
I'm
Because
about-
I'm barely in the
Oh, you
shot.
gotta go?
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, Ian.
Goodbye.
Later.
See you, bud.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Be
We can
safe.
actually move the camera now, so
But Spider-Man though. Ah.
Spider.
still almost the same.
That's
Where are we at
okay,
now?
man.
Alright.
No, it's fine.
So one more character, two more characters to go with. We're just talking about the main ones that we saw. Next one is Nebula.
Oh.
She has a big role to play
She was cool.
in
Yeah.
comics.
If you
wise.
notice,
I enjoyed the Soul
she's
Stone.
now she's actually alone on Titan with Iron Man.
Yeah, and yeah, is it just them two?
No, there was one person. There was one more person on.
Three.
No.
No, he's
No,
they're
there's
the only
Rocket,
two.
guys.
Rocket's
Oh,
on
Rocket's
Earth.
on Earth.
Rocket came back
What's
with
that?
Thor.
Okay. I was like, what were you saying?
So is it really
Yeah, 'cause
just
the camera's
Nebula
right
and
there.
Stark?
Yeah.
Nebula and
I
Stark
think
were the
it's
last
just
ones.
Everybody else,
them two.
everybody else
Yeah,
is
just
gone.
them two.
Yeah, all the Guardians were with
How are they gonna get back to Earth? By the way.
Nebula.
Nebula crashed her ship into Thanos.
And Iron Man can't fix it.
There's so much like debris and stuff
Because
there.
remember, they're in
Tony
Thanos'
could
old world.
probably fix something up.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
He
still
could do
has
something.
like the tech of the suit, so he could probably do.
Plus,
welding and
Nebula
stuff.
knows how to drive.
Unless somehow they mention the Watchers.
Maybe,
That's
but
true.
well, we've also they kind of threw away the Watchers in Civil War
In a way, they did.
as the credit scene for Bruce Lee. Wow, Stanley. Which movie was it? Where
It was
they-
it was
Watchers.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians
Number
2.
two.
It was
Number
no
2.
Guardians 2. You're right. You're
With
right.
We have
Stanley.
one more character.
And,
love you,
and they were
Stanley.
they were telling
Research
stories.
theory.
So they were telling stories. So because the Watchers in the comics, they watch.
So pretty much we have one more character. I didn't expect to see him in it. Red Skull.
Yeah.
Red Skull.
We gotta pay off from the first
That
Avenger.
was-
Yeah. Because someone told me when I was watching the movie, like, "Oh, you seen the Captain America movie, right?" I was like,
first
"Yeah."
Avenger.
Yeah, and I was like, "Why?" And then he goes, "You're gonna find out right now." And then
Red Skull.
I was like, "Oh my!"
I think that's what my friend was telling me. He's like, "Oh, there's gonna be a character you don't expect." I'm like,
I
"What
was
the fuck?"
wondering.
Yeah, I didn't expect Red Skull.
I thought his ass
We
was
thought we
dead
did.
a long time ago.
No, he didn't die.
No,
he
he
didn't
got
die. He got
Yeah.
thrown off the face of the earth.
Well,
I thought he was
it
gonna
was
die
it was
from getting thrown off the
the
face
it was
of
the
the
ship.
earth.
It was the ship with all the bombs that was headed for the eastern seaboard when in the first Avenger. When he said he was going to wipe out the
Yeah.
eastern seaboard.
Right.
It had one for New York, for Chicago, for all the others, for Miami.
Either way, like we didn't expect to see him there, and he can't.
yeah.
He can't get his curse is that he can't touch the Soul Stone or any stone.
He might have been
Ah.
freed from that. Because now
Because the Soul
Thanos got
Stone
the
is-
Soul Stone.
yeah.
And he said he had to guard the Soul Stone, so that might be his way off now.
I'm
I
thinking
don't know if
he's
we'll see
guarding
him
it.
again,
Right.
but now that it's gone, he might have been freed from that.
But how the hell is he getting out then if he's stuck in that world?
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
find
a
out, I'm
good
sure.
point.
Well, what if Thanos erased him when he?
That's well, we don't know. Anybody
don't
that
know.
they
There's a lot
didn't
that
show,
we're not gonna-
I think, is probably alive.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
I don't think they
Yeah,
would show him
seriously.
even if they did erase
Until
him.
proven
Because nobody's
otherwise.
really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch
Yeah,
these
remember
two.
it's been chosen at random, the
Yeah.
weakest ones.
No,
Alright.
not the weakest one. It's just random.
Then why did
I don't
T'Challa
think it
go?
was by. I don't think it was by.
Why did
Wow.
Doctor Strange go?
Well,
Scarlet Witch is like the most powerful there, and she went. Don't say it was the weakest.
I
If the
know.
weakest were gone, Hawkeye would be gone. No offense, I love Hawkeye, but
All that child
Hawkeye
support.
fans, sorry about that.
He's hot.
Jeremy.
Hawkeye's an underrated Green Lantern.
Thank you.
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Yeah, he's.
I was about to say Lantern. Wait.
I know.
He's,
I caught myself.
I say he's a worse Green Arrow, but I still like Hawkeye.
I know. They're gonna probably talk shit about me now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
okay.
That's what the internet does.
All right.
God forbid we mess something. I confused Bruce Lee and Stan Lee earlier. I'm gonna get shit for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, there's so much.
Dumbass.
All right. So the next thing we're talking about is the comedy pacing.
Comedy what?
What do you mean?
There was
Like
moments
the
of
balance of it.
the balance of the action with comedy, because of course Guardians is
great.
comedic.
Thor is a lot of comedic.
Thor
Goodbye,
calling
morons.
calling
Groot,
them
put it away.
goodbye,
I want to tell you
morons.
again. I agree.
Whoa,
That moment when
Man,
they
you got
find
some
Thor.
acorns on you, don't you?
Yeah, I love that.
Oh my god!
It was like
oh my god!
arms,
His
arms,
re-
like his muscles are made of fiber.
Something fiber.
Will you
Something
stop
like-
touching
Stop
him?
massaging his muscles.
She just drops his hand.
I'm
He's
gonna
like,
commit.
wake
I'm
up.
gonna flex.
That was amazing.
Oh my god!
get a both
but
legs. Just watch.
but his reaction, oh my god, I'm horrible with names. Why did I?
No,
Whose reaction?
no. Drax's reaction.
Drax's
when he's
reaction.
like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
a man. He's like,
That is not.
no, he's like, it's
that's
a dude.
That's a dude.
Like,
No,
you're,
no,
that is
that's
not a dude.
You're a
This is a
dude.
man. You're a dude.
This
Yeah,
is a
something,
man,
yeah.
a very
like-
muscular,
Muscular
handsome
man.
It's like a
It's like a
pirate had
pirate
sex,
has-
sex with
yeah.
an
Please,
angel.
you're one sandwich away from being fat.
and then his reaction, everybody keeps talking about the guy, and then he's
You don't
like,
think I'm-
You really think I'm gonna have to go on a diet. I have to get.
I'm gonna get a Bowflex.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
commit.
commit. Okay. Then the moment when he was talking to Stark on
You
Titan.
will not take our pod.
Are you
telling
making voices?
No, I'm not.
No, but
He's like,
yeah,
"Your mom."
yes, you are.
That's the wizard. Go
This
get
is
him.
my voice.
Can I
He,
just say,
he did it again.
can I just say Black Widow is hot?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
it's Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett
Yes.
Johansson, you are.
Scarlett Johansson has always been hot.
Yeah.
And
Right.
fucking badass. She did stuff in this movie
You can't
that
be
I'd
Black
never
Widow
seen.
now.
Right?
She has blonde hair.
This is true. It was really long.
I think she was another person who was like, I'm gonna be as comfortable as possible for this movie. I'm not dyeing my hair again.
She's like, I'm tired of
Well,
that
remember
shit.
she had to go into hiding as well, so maybe that's why she colored.
That's what yeah, she probably is like, it
I
probably
think that's
makes
why,
sense in,
like, that's why Cap had his beard.
I see
and
you
she
copied
had-
my beard.
Oh, that was awesome. Congratulations.
Funny.
Thor.
Yeah.
All right, Carson, what do you think of the comedy pacing with this movie? Since I know you're not on the camera, but you can still talk.
So far, there are some parts that I just can't.
Didn't feel, or just like, I'm so done with you kind of.
So done.
Oh.
practically.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta admit, some of them were really obviously
I was born on
funny.
Azuri. That's on Earth, dipshit.
Come, little rabbit.
The rabbit is correct.
You noticed how he never
He
mentioned
never called-
that he was calling him Rabbit.
Oh,
Any
you
other-
guys are so screwed now.
Do it, I shave you.
Yeah, he
Also,
never
the
corrected
score
him.
in this movie
Yeah.
was amazing. When
Oh,
Thor
yeah,
showed up and the
definitely.
Avengers theme plays, dun, 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 dun,
Oh yeah.
that
Are we just
he
gonna?
shows up with Stormbreaker.
Oh, that is my
He's
tree
tall,
friend.
God mode Thor.
He was
You guys
on
are
force.
so that was amazing.
That
He was
Golden
fucking
Force Thor,
shit up on the
basically.
pretty
battlefield.
much.
Carson?
Are you guys just gonna forget Peter Dinklage?
Oh, God.
That's what killing you means.
The tallest dwarf.
Yeah, he was. It's
He was
it's the
taller than
character
everyone. I'm
Ether,
sorry,
right?
Peter, but I love you, but
Not
you're
Ether.
finally tall.
It's Ether,
Oh,
something like that. It's like a grandmaster dwarf.
Big ass dude.
Guys, he's
Yeah.
finally taller than everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
You
messed
have
up.
like,
Sorry, everybody else on Game of Thrones.
yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
Maybe
piss
I
off
like
90% of the population.
Oh shit.
And the 10% who don't care, like me.
Like me.
Yeah, I've never seen an episode.
Me
I just know
neither.
he's on the
I'm
show.
gonna be honest, I don't plan to either.
Yeah.
All right, so that's probably like the shortest thing right there. The next one, there's like 3 more things we're gonna talk about. The next one is expectation/theories.
Ooh, this is gonna
So
This is
I
the
just,
fun
This is
part.
Kirk's entire life.
yeah. Let me start it off with theories. What was that theory I gave you after the movie?
Oh, that was
Regarding-
It was regarding about
Hawkeye.
and then it was about what if Hawkeye and then somebody else disappeared. It was really.
But the theory kind of got butched because of how Fabian was saying like if they don't show them, then they're not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other theory that we have, this is my dad's theory. This is why I want to bring this one up. My dad's theory was that, okay, what if they actually was able to get the glove, like they were able to get the time stone back, and they used the time stone themselves to bring everyone back.
That's
Well,
what
that
I was
happens.
thinking.
That happens. Adam Warlock, after Nebula defeats Thanos first, it kind of hard to explain
She almost
if you've
succeeded.
Okay.
if you've not seen or read the Infinity Gauntlet storyline in 1991. Jim Starlin, read it.
He
It's
would
great.
know it.
Okay. Just a real thing, real quick. Because you saw how his glove was all effed up at the end.
Yeah, it was fried.
Okay.
He
could
couldn't
he
use it
even
once.
use? Could he even use the stones again
There's
all
another
at
gauntlet.
once?
Remember, there's a reason.
There's
There's,
another
a reason
gauntlet.
why he had Peter Dinklage alive, his character.
There's
Well,
another.
he
Well, there's
really
another
is
gauntlet.
Because he's the only other one that
Yeah,
can make it.
that makes sense.
They,
but
they,
would he
they
really-
already
That made the
did.
hammer.
They showed another
That
gauntlet.
made the-
I know, but
Remember,
would
Rocket
he even
said
want to
he.
use
You said he
it?
had a gauntlet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it kind of look like that? And he showed the other gauntlet. So
Yeah,
there's another.
that
one.
one, that's already
Yeah.
molded
On
and ready.
Nordvalier? Is that
Yeah.
that's the name. That's the name of it.
Okay,
That's the plan.
like, would he even
That's the
want
dying
to?
star.
I mean, he did
sorry,
what he
star.
wanted. He wiped off half of all of life.
Yeah.
Okay, he wouldn't have to do, like, he's worried about, like, starvation and stuff, but he wouldn't have to do that for, like, at least a millennia. Because it took forever for all of us to get to this point where it was overflooding the entire universe, apparently.
Yeah.
Would he even want to in any time right now?
I think on Earth, yeah, because people have been kind of talking about overpopulation being a problem for a while. I mean, we're at 7 billion people on the planet, and scientists kind of predict between 9.5 and 10 billion is as much as the Earth can realistically sustain. But
Really?
the fact that America is such a large consumption of natural resources just in general, it's kind of more shifted towards the Western world, so that like third world countries are getting less and less food. Whereas if we were, hi there.
No, I see.
This is
Yeah.
the beginning of a Supernatural episode? I'm out.
Right.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
No.
It's Thanos.
All right, you have
That's
a lot of
what
theories.
flickering
That was a
is
few of
cool.
them right there.
Anyway, to finish what I was saying, if we were able to relocate it to third world countries, it'd be better. But back to Adam Warlock, he uses the gauntlet after they defeat Nebula, who kind of goes power crazy in a way that Scarlet Witch did in House of M.
That makes
They don't
sense.
she doesn't really destroy anything. She just kind of like
Wants
goes
to-
crazy, power crazy.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock takes it from her, defeats her, and then he uses the Time Stone to reverse all the damage that Thanos had caused.
But wouldn't that bring Thanos back from being when
Well, when I say defeated, I don't mean killed. He was
Oh.
defeated. So was Mephisto, who was essentially like a dark demon in the comics. He's his right-hand man. Kind of like how in this movie Ebony Maw was. Mephisto is that role in the Infinity Gauntlet series.
No, I get that, but
Oh.
what I'm saying is if they use the time stone specifically, that would just reverse time. Wouldn't they have to use the entire gauntlet? to,
They'd have
reverse
to keep the
damage?
gauntlet back, but they would
They need to
they
take
would
out the
activate
stones
the
from-
green stone specifically.
But
Because
then
when
that
he
would
uses the
just
gauntlet, it doesn't
reverse
do all
everything
five.
that happened in the movie, and then you would still end up having to fight Thanos.
The
again.
only
No.
time they use the gauntlet all together, like all the stones together, is when he snapped his fingers.
So when he snapped his fingers, that was
When
all.
you use the
That
time
was all of
stone,
them.
you can do specific things. So like you know how when
Yeah.
he pointed it directly at Vision and it reversed Vision.
Okay.
He used it the last time. Vision, it just reversed Vision, but everything else stayed the same. So you can control a certain part of it. So
That makes sense.
time
That
stone,
makes me feel a lot better. 'cause
you
I'm
could
like,
probably bring back everybody. Not everybody. More people died in the Infinity Gauntlet story. A lot of the X-Men disappeared.
Oh.
Characters like Archangel disappeared. Marvel Boy and Marvel Girl, Firestar, like so many disappear, and not everybody else comes back. So even though they died after the snap, not everybody will come back.
So
More than likely,
So,
So there's
some
some
of the
people-
characters that we say we're going to come back for this could potentially just
Stay
be dead.
No.
Oh, that ends my soul.
potentially they don't have to follow that. And considering since
They
we
could
had
change
so
them
many
or-
more characters in 1991 on the comics pages than we do in the MCU in 2018.
Yeah.
They could,
They
change
could get
it
away
however
with
they
that,
want.
whereas this, they probably won't.
Yeah.
3 characters are coming back for sure because they're on the timetables.
Yeah.
Strange, Spidey, and Panther.
Well, we
they
all-
are pretty
Yes,
much
it
for sure locks to come.
We all mentioned that Spidey could actually potentially not come back, and then they could do
Miles
that one guy
Morales.
that you're
Yeah,
talking
Miles
about.
Miles Morales. We already have his uncle as Aaron Davis
Well-
in Homecoming, and he says I have a nephew, so we know Miles Morales exists. Whether
I
they
would
choose to do it or
guess
not.
the next Spider-Man would be Miles Morales, but like a time skip or like before Spider. Well, actually, no.
It'd have to be
It'd be
after.
after.
It'd be
Yeah,
after.
it'd be
It'd
after.
have to be after.
But then, okay,
And-
but
no,
Spider-Man got most of his
The
tech.
theories, man.
Spider-Man got
Right,
most of
so
his tech
much.
from Tony. I don't think like if Spider-Man really
Well,
died,
he
I don't
doesn't
think
have to have
Tony
tech.
could like.
He doesn't have to
Why
have
are you
tech.
laying down?
Because I want to.
Yeah, why?
Okay, I was like, yeah, but you might not be showing up in the shot. That's why.
Hulk is
If he
tired.
was like sitting straight up, his head would be in basically the same place. I think it's fine.
So
You're just lazy ass.
Yeah.
That sounds about
Just
right.
a lazy
It's Fabian.
What? Okay.
Okay.
So do you have a theory?
I've heard so many.
Go ahead.
I've been
Let me
looking.
go
I
ahead.
don't
Tumblr
have anything
is
in
just
my head.
Favorite
full.
one?
I told you one about Gamora, young
I don't think I
Gamora
have one.
in the Soul World. I think that orange bit at the end where she says, "What did it cost?" and he said everything.
Everything.
I think that's the Soul World, just because the coloring
That makes
and the
sense.
fact that it's young Gamora
thought it was
means that her
inside the
soul
Soul
is
Stone.
probably trapped in the Soul Stone.
See, he knows
I feel
more.
like she
Maybe
might
we'll
think
get
I'm
young Gamora back if they go.
That would be
That's
really
what I'm
weird.
thinking is the plot of Guardians 3. I don't think Adam Warlock will show up in Avengers 4. I think they want to save that for Captain Marvel as another big
He knows a
character.
lot. Come
Well,
on.
that's,
And I think
that's
they're
why,
saying-
that's why I'm
Dude.
glad I have him in the video because I know he lots more
He
than
knows a
me.
lot
There's
more
a
than
reason
I
why
do.
we were like we had to ask Kurt first.
This is why his is his favorite part. That's why he goes,
Yeah.
ooh, this is my favorite part.
I feel like
I have
we
like
get Adam
colors.
Warlock in Volume 3 of Guardians, and he'll help the Guardians that come back to free Gamora from the Soul. That's
See,
my guess, and I think
Yeah,
that would
that's
be a
really
really
good.
good way to take it.
Yeah.
I do have one thing about the axe though. It's like Stormbringer. It's supposed to be for Beta Ray Bill,
I
but in the as you said in Ragnarok, you see his statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the Grandmaster's Tower.
Yeah. So isn't he dead?
Beta Ray Bill? No, it might be like a shrine or a way to just like seed him. But I
Yeah.
don't know that
Or
they'll
maybe
do Beta
that's
Ray Bill.
actually
Because in the comics, he wields Stormbringer.
Yeah, Stormbreaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know that they can do Beta Ray Bill. Not any rights issues or anything. I think it's a really hard concept to give to people that it's another race of electrically powered, I'll put it, people. It's kind of a hard idea to pitch, especially Beta Ray Bill, because he looks like a horse that got struck by lightning and is now like
Thor.
creepy as fuck. Beta Ray Bill looks terrifying.
Yeah.
Sorry, he does.
Any more theories?
kind of covered my
I can't
theories
think of any
earlier in the
type of
thing
theory.
because I
Alright.
got excited.
It's Marvel? That she'll be the one to defeat Thanos?
Cap-
No, for the next.
You can talk about it.
You can
have
say
your-
it.
Well, we got
speak.
Miss Marvel for the
Captain
next
Marvel.
Infinity War.
Captain
Captain Marvel. Okay.
Captain Miss Marvel.
Well, it's because she was Miss Marvel
Captain
until
Marvel.
Captain America told her to take the mantle of Captain
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
they're
okay.
skipping that entirely and just giving her the mantle of Captain
Alright.
Marvel.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is Miss Marvel first.
Yeah.
Got it.
Next question I have. This is before the next thing, which is gonna be the final stuff. The next question I have. This is for all the MCU movies and everything because it is still a review because it still has a few villains from Infinity War. Out of all the villains, who is the worst?
Worst
In
or
Infinity
like
War?
Other than Thanos.
Not
no, no, no.
In
But
the
the question
MCU or
is
Infinity
it worst
War?
like the baddest, or are we talking
MCU.
about the
Worst
one that
because
you
they
can
suck.
actually
Worst-
see?
Worst in the MCU.
Worst as in they're horrible characters, and I'm really glad that they're not
Or
revisiting
they're-
them.
Or they're the baddest
Or
of the
complete
bad.
asshole.
Or like
as
Loki.
in they were really, really good.
Complete asshole.
Both.
Or what?
I think the worst is probably Malekith, the commander of the Dark Elves in Thor: The Dark World. That movie
yeah,
is kind of forgettable. I think Whiplash is right behind him. Whereas
Loki's just badass.
Whiplash had the potential to be good.
What movie was that from?
Whiplash was Iron Man 2.
Got it.
Oh,
the dude in-
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played by what's his
Dude
face?
in the
feel like a
suit.
bad
I forgot his name.
Was he played by Mickey Rooney or was that a
the guy
joke?
with the
I can't
when
find it
he
anywhere.
went to the race car.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I remember.
he was a Russian and his dad
He was,
died.
I don't
And
remember him being that bad.
he started good, but like
Towards the end, you didn't like
mixing it up with Hammer, and he was kind of just like throwaway by the end, just to further the Iron Man's plot.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was one from Iron Man 3, the guy who was supposed to be the big major villain, and they turned out to be some
Brace yourself, man.
I kind of like Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Oh, that
I
dude.
kind of liked how they did Mandarin, but that would be an Iron Man 3 review. We're not him, but I don't think he's as bad as everybody thinks he is.
I'm not
The
saying
only
he's
Killmonger
bad. I
was
just
Hugh
I thought it
Jackman
was.
I think Killian is.
Strange.
I think Killian was worse of a villain than what they tried to do with Mandarin was, because they kind of tied the Mandarin into like terrorism,
Yeah.
and I thought that was a really cool
that
take.
that was really cool.
Wait,
I
hang on. Oh yeah, we're in the second floor, so.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, guys.
I
If you guys
think,
can't
It
get it, that's
sounds
third
like a
floor.
supernatural.
I think Peter
movie.
Dinklage is making Stormbreaker
Okay.
upstairs.
Get the song.
Oh,
All right.
God. Can you imagine, like, just all of a sudden we're in a Marvel movie? Like, what the hell just
I
happened?
would die
What are we
immediately.
doing?
All right, guys.
Oh wait, I didn't say.
Black
Go for
Widow.
it. Go for it, Denzel.
In terms
you're
of worst
worse.
villain that I think sucked, honestly, I didn't like Ultron in Age of Ultron.
Really?
What?
What?
I wasn't feeling
I didn't.
Okay,
He had his
why?
moment.
Okay,
He had
why?
his moments.
Yeah, why?
I mean, there were some cool moments, but I don't know.
This is opinion.
Yeah, true.
He just, I don't know. It was just something about
He's
him.
definitely scarier.
All right. So, what were
even
you
in
saying,
there.
Denzel, about Ultron? Because I think that's where it stopped.
I mean, Ultron, he was alright. Like, he wasn't, like, I can't say he was, like, totally horrible or anything. I don't know. I just really didn't like him all that much.
I kind of get it.
I have one line of his that I think is one of the best lines of the MCU. He says, "And the earth will crack with the weight of your failure."
Damn.
That's like one of the most badass lines a villain has ever said.
Before Infinity War, that was like the one that I was like,
The one.
All right.
Is that all you got?
because he
You
could do
gotta
it.
ask,
Is that the best you could do?
And then,
Yeah,
you gotta ask,
All right. So this is the final part, the final verdict.
We didn't hear any of theirs.
They didn't have any theories.
Yeah,
Oh, worst villain.
We're still it.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Worst villain.
Sorry about that, guys.
Damn. Hold on.
For
Hector.
me,
Don't forget the best villain. Best villain.
Oh,
We
I
haven't
didn't say
gone over
best
that
villain.
yet.
guys, I have a best villain. Mine,
I'll wait for that one. I'll wait for that one.
I was thinking between
I'll wait for that
Killmonger
one.
and Thanos. Honestly.
Yeah, I think they're two at the top.
I don't think, there
Loki's
was
been.
really anyone.
I think
Loki's
Loki's been
third.
power crept out now.
no, but he's third
True.
for me right now. He used to be up there, but now it's third.
He used to be number one. Then Killmonger came,
and he beat
then
him
now
in
Thanos has come.
So yeah, that's my
I
levels
think
right
they
there.
were kind of using Killmonger to like perfect how they wanted Thanos to be viewed.
They were building it up
Did you
for us.
notice?
Yeah.
Did you
Maybe.
notice how they made it like Killmonger? We understood what he was
Yeah.
doing. We got it.
That's what I
They were
really
trying
liked.
to do that with Thanos too. This, and I really kind of saw like a progression on Thanos. I think
They were building
using
it up for us.
Yeah,
Did
that's
it
what I
stop?
noticed a lot too, and I
Oh, it's
mentioned
focus.
Yeah, you did. When we were coming here to start
that. Yeah,
doing this,
that's what
you
I
said
really
it.
liked about that.
Yeah, you did.
So
So
pretty
that's
much.
why it's a tie between
Because-
Killmonger and Thanos because they were both just.
Thanos'
So-
reasoning was
Great
because he
fucking
didn't want any other planet to go through what his planet went through.
Yeah.
Somebody had something post on one of my forums, and it was like, "Tell me
Yeah,
now
forums.
why." Well, it's not my forum, but like I'm
One of
part
the ones
them.
you're a part of.
Yeah. And so it was like, tell me why Thanos isn't the best villain. And then somebody was talking about like an MCU one of those, not an MCU one, one of the Batman villains or something. I was like,
There's no difference there.
Well, I was like, this is DC
okay,
and
like
Marvel.
I think DC has more legendary villains in their lore, whereas when it's gone to the big screen, it's not always come off as well.
that's what he was talking about. He was talking about like in
But
one
in
of
the
the
animated movies, it came out great for DC.
Red Hood.
What?
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles. Oh my god, that was
Ooh.
amazing. Sorry.
That's a whole nother can of worms. That's not.
Please don't
that's
open
not
that.
for a Marvel
That's
movie.
actually a video that I'm gonna have to have Christ
Yes.
in because it has to do something with that show.
Kirk is just barely on.
Carry on my wayward son. Loving-
I should have
And
worn
did
my
they end
teen
season
necklace.
2 on that?
What?
I think they did on Carry On My Wayward Son season.
That's when they
No, I
started-
told you
ended
they
season
added
2,
it. I told you. I already
Supernatural.
figured it. They added
Yeah.
it to the season finale of season 2.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
We're
Not
gonna
Marvel.
get into a tangent, so let's.
So let's go back to Marvel
Backwards.
world.
It's like, you know,
worst villain,
Worst villain, Fabian.
in terms of like the one that sucked.
the most.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd s- Killmonger.
No.
No.
Worst
not
as in
That's
worst,
why.
like they were
That's-
bad.
No,
Like,
no,
like,
no,
they
not
were
not bad, not
characters.
good.
That
ones.
sucks.
The opposite of great villain,
Oh,
as in
yeah.
they were just pure
Horrible.
crap.
Crap.
Like they sucked.
Honestly,
So bad acting.
Malekith.
Bad
The
acting.
commander of the Dark Elves.
Bad acting.
Bad acting. Such.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, and Christopher Eccleston plays.
He did well with the
he
character.
plays
character was
Malekith, but just as a villain, he's not good. He's
Yeah.
really forgettable. I like it's,
That movie did not do as well as I thought it was going to do.
Wait, which
'Cause, okay,
one?
when I first saw
Dark World.
the trailer for it, I thought it was.
it looked kind of interesting.
Yeah,
It
but
did.
it didn't come out as well as I
But
thought.
when I watched it, I was just like, yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
not.
watch
It's
part of it
not
because it
good.
has part of the stone stuff in it.
Yeah,
but you
it has the
can't-
reality stone, and that's where we first see it. But other than that, the movie's entirely
I'm
forgettable.
not gonna lie though. In Ragnarok, Hela was pretty bad.
Hella was all right.
Yes.
I actually liked her.
Yeah.
I actually liked her.
Yeah,
She-
I was
a
feeling- I
very-
was
She's
feeling
up
it.
there for me.
What's
I'm
her
gonna be-
name?
She's right under Loki for me.
What is her name?
Who?
Kate Blanchett.
Oh, the
Kate
one that
Blanchett
plays.
plays.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
She was
she's
a
a great
she
actor.
was
She did a great job.
It destroyed me when she just grabbed onto the.
Yeah,
So
she
the
was
hammer is
working.
Mjolnir.
She's- Wait,
I
what's
lost
the,
my hammer
Wait,
like,
what's the hammer
yesterday, so that's still pretty fresh.
Wait, what's the hammer called again?
Mjolnir.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I was
so
wondering how to say it.
you don't have like a bad villain that you don't
I
like.
kind of.
I was,
You agreed with Carson.
Yeah.
I was mad.
All right.
You agreed with the villain that you
so
chose.
sad.
He doesn't remember.
So
It-
bad acting.
It's in there somewhere.
It's somewhere.
All right, so pretty much final verdict. Pretty much, what do you guys expect to happen in part 2 of Infinity War?
Part 2 next year?
Panther to come back, or I'll riot. I will
think there's
probably
going
cry.
to be riots in the street about these movies.
Hell.
I never said anything bad.
Oh, did you not?
No.
Whoops.
Oops.
I will cry if Panther doesn't come back. He's gone, but I will cry.
I would cry.
Unless Shuri becomes it, because Shuri is kind of a funny Black Panther.
Oh wait.
She would be really sarcastic.
You know what else will hit you too?
Huh.
Doug's gone too.
Doug?
Oh yeah, that's Doug. Doug is dead.
Damn it.
Ragnarok.
Oh, Meek,
There are a
Doug.
few characters we
Meek
don't
is
know.
dead, guys. I stepped
We don't
on
know
it.
about
Wait,
Korg,
he's not-
Meek,
hey, Meek.
or Valkyrie.
We don't know what happened
They
to
didn't
them.
show her all. Are they already dead from
No,
when, like,
they were
I
on a
think they
different
got
one.
off the ship.
Yeah, they were on a different ship.
weren't they?
They were.
Yeah.
I think they got off because Thor said he killed half my people. I think Valkyrie led Korg and Meek and half the Asgardians off.
He did say half.
And
But
I think
remember, there was
Korg-
more.
He
There
always
was
kills
more
half.
There was more ship parts destroyed when
Yeah,
Guardians got there, so it could have been both ships, or they would have survived.
I
Either
think
way,
they survived.
Either way,
Yeah.
we didn't see
He
them. so
said
we don't
only
know.
half, so it has to have had some kind of.
I hope Valkyrie's around because then we could do Lady Liberators, and that would be cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
You
all-
know who the Lady Liberators are?
No,
That
I
was
think
always
Valkyrie's
wipes
The
out.
better.
Lady Liberator. Well, there are a few that aren't in it yet, but the core group that I remember is Wasp, Black Widow, Valkyrie, and Scarlet Witch.
Basically, a badass women group.
Pretty much.
It would have been funny if Ant-Man.
Us three right here. Us three right here. Yes, please. Bunny is kind of in the background with Carson,
Although
so it's just
at
us
first
three
the
right
Lady,
there.
the Lady Liberators are villains and go against the Avengers. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll do after that and team up with the Avengers. If they do Lady Liberators, I doubt it.
I mean, if they
but it'd
don't,
be cool.
but like, it'd be.
Add Captain Marvel into it because why not?
Yes.
Because we'll have Captain Marvel.
I'm just glad that there are.
He's doing it.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is he doing?
He's thinking of Killmonger, guys. Don't worry
that's
about it.
bloopers right there.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Ant-Man
I'm
showed
sorry.
up and just crawled on his freaking Thanos' glove. Just pull
Oh,
that son of a
Ant-Man.
bitch.
All right, so
I believe this is yours, Adam Warlock.
so do you guys expect Ant-Man and Hawkeye to actually come in part 2? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
I
once
think
our
they're
off
gonna
house
come
arrest,
out of.
yeah.
I think they're gonna come out of retirement to
And-
like because everybody's like dead. They're gonna have to come out of retirement
Well,
because they're like these are my friends.
That would suck. That would suck if we see Hawkeye. Next thing you'll see his wife.
I think there is one of two people.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sandy.
I think there are one of two people that we
Sorry.
won't. That
I just
will.
got her with that theory. I'm so sorry.
I have one
Oh
about
God,
Ant-Man
no!
and the Wasp.
If
she
I
might
see
come back.
Hawkeye, his wife disappears. I'm
I have one about Ant-Man and the
Like,
Wasp.
No,
When she comes
plot
back
twist.
because
His
his wife is
kids
gone.
disappear.
No.
I think one of two things will happen. I think Hank Pym will disappear in a post-credit scene, or Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie. I think one of them two will be part of the snap.
And that's why.
Either way, it's gonna get
That's
them.
an after-credit scene.
It's gonna get them, and they're gonna be like, okay, no, what the heck is going on? Someone calls someone, and they find out what's happening.
Yeah.
And
They'll
that's
probably
what's
There's gotta be a
call-
reason that they come out of. It's either because
Nick
of their friends
Fury's
being
dead.
gone.
Yeah, Nick
Wait,
Fury's
do y'all
gone.
think he's coming back?
Maria Hill's gone too, so she can't take
Still?
over as Shield anymore.
Ah,
but,
bitch.
I mean, Shield's gone from
Spin my ear.
Soldier.
Yeah,
Right.
but then they have another organization.
None that
just an Avengers.
Not after Shield.
Just Avengers. Technically, that's the
Okay,
only
can
one.
I just make a statement? Isn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., even though it's a TV show, isn't that still connected to the movies?
Not so
No.
much anymore.
I don't
It
even-
started.
It used to be, in
It
the
started
beginning.
pretty
Probably used to
close,
be.
but not much anymore.
I didn't like it at all.
I don't.
I
like
have
it.
never
I-
watched
I
it
have
except for
tried
like
getting
the
through
first
season.
10 minutes of the first season.
I tried getting through season 1. I
Episode.
couldn't.
This is
It
the
was
first movie I've seen where it has not been just talking. They just gone to kicking ass.
Yeah.
The movie was really, really
Right?
well
Do you guys
done.
agree? Do you guys agree? Like,
Offended?
most
Oh, yeah.
movies, they just keep talking.
One thing Chris
just
said,
like,
though,
what
that
is?
I
What are you
agree.
doing?
I'm so
Was they
sorry.
jumped
No, you
back
can keep
and forth
doing
a
it.
lot.
It's just.
I'm just
Yeah,
It's
that is
a-
the
it's
only
acting.
problem that I have. Is it's
Yeah.
really jarring going back and forth.
Yeah,
It's a byproduct of the Russo brothers having so many people in it. They kind of had to do it, but if you're not paying attention, it goes really, really quickly.
I was about to say, don't do a Thanos snap.
Are you gonna disintegrate
I don't-
half
I
of
don't
us?
wanna
Like,
go.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
God damn it!
I'm like, I don't want to go.
Spidey, I love
I still don't.
We don't want to go. All right, so
I still don't want to rank it because, like, I don't
I
rank.
can't.
Okay.
Okay.
I still don't rank movies that come out immediately.
we're not gonna rank the movie. We already know we love it. By the time all these parts for this review video comes out, you guys have pretty much half the world, maybe more, would have seen it. So,
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
so with further ado, bye.
There have been 2 DC movies so far that I would consider watchable.
Which one?
Wait,
Wonder
you-
Woman?
Let me guess, yes.
Wonder Woman is top.
That's a good one.
Man of Steel is number 2.
Man of Steel?
Minus the last 30 minutes because the last 30 minutes of Man of Steel fucking
There you
sucks.
go.
Well, Batman vs Superman.
Sorry,
sucked
it just
too.
it was
Batman
still,
vs
it
Superman.
bothered me the whole time.
There was one moment in Batman vs Superman I liked. He
It
said,
was-
"Do you bleed? I'm gonna show you." And I was like, "Fuck."
And
That
then
was cool.
And then he
But it was
told him
understandable.
again.
I only
not
liked
seen
all the
that
Batman
movie.
scenes.
I like how we're talking DC movies.
Right.
Where else are we? Like,
Blooper reel.
Bloopers.
You should actually like.
I am
the
gonna
parts that you
do that, and there is gonna be a blooper reel. So if you guys want to watch that, it's gonna be
Okay.
like at the end of all the parts of the movies. So yes,
Sweet.
I was like, oh shit.
Like, dude.
Okay.
just be like,
I know, but you're gay too. Get that dick.
Fucking.
What? Are you recording?
yes.
Language.
Blooper reel.
I don't want to get us kicked out. I don't want to get us kicked out.
I get you.
Guys.
It's it's also partly sunburn.
Damn. Look how red he's turning.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit.
already Fabian.
Lobster mode.
Watch out,
Did
Rudolph.
lobster mode
Shit,
activate?
that's what I have to. I have
Hey,
to go stuff.
Rudolph, you have a-
store
you
today
have a
sometime.
competition.
I gotta get sunscreen.
Rudolph has a couple.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a narrator of the movie.
Oh, he's
No, I met this one guy, and then he talked about this other guy, but you haven't met him yet.
Be Deadpool.
I knew I scratched your
You're wearing my shirt.
Language.
You want it back?
By the way, guys, this is already recording.
Wakanda forever.
Probably gonna move.
Yeah.
See? This is all bloopers because I'm gonna do a blooper reel
He
later
knows
on.
I'll lift my leg and just.
Hello.
But pretty much when you want to stop it,
We're good. And then,
He's like.
we have
listen,
prices
if,
back there.
listen, if you wanna sit, you can sit right next to Denzel. You'll fit.
Brooklyn.
I had to go through that with the movie. No.
I'd have been like,
here in the
follow.
middle.
I was hardly talking during the movie, Chris.
Let me see.
Hardly. I probably said like 2 or 3.
Snap my neck to look at you.
That was that one time.
By the way, this might go on the blooper reel as well because there's gonna be a blooper reel for this shit.
Language.
That's fine.
Stop that.
Hey, Chris, I wasn't even right next to you. I was like 2 seats of.
I'll fuck up you then.
What? Oh
So we have 51 minutes of recording left on my phone.
You have
no!
one.
Nice.
Right, my-
50, no,
51 minutes left for here.
Oh,
on-
that's
on
plenty.
thing.
Mine's an interval of 10 minutes. I don't know why it does that.
That's weird.
It might be a setting. You might be able to change it.
I'm gonna go switch. I'm gonna go see if I can do that right now. So we still have bigger break.
Yeah, because remember.
Good. Are you gonna work? Are you gonna?
Language.
Okay, you're being good.
Mini camera, and I'll record it and send it through Messenger.
Why are you poking his belly button?
Language.
Bloopers, man.
Harder.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Deeper.
The bloopers. What is going on over there?
They're having.
That's a Christen right there.
This is?
You're not Triple H.
They're
You don't know that.
they're
Ew.
inventing a new position.
All that?
Language.
Really? All that?
Language.
You're so mean.
They're
Oh my
inventing a
god!
position.
Again, I will repeat to you.
Wait,
he just
you
lost the
still have your
lost the love of his life.
I've mastered the art of moving.
We're at the NoFall. We're
Okay.
what's the on your backpack?
I don't have an
Taylor,
iron. It
I'm standing
is.
so still. I'm invisible.
man.
Hi, Fabian.
Language.
No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language.